Yeah, this the link right here.
Yeah, I just sent it right now. That's the online.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah. That will be on for a while, ain't you?
But yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go for that, bro.
All right.
All
All right, come on through. Come on, buddy. Hey, you good? You good? Oh. The call's ended. I'm on live session with Shaq and John, but they're not on yet. Okay, there we go. What's good, David?
What up, Jay?
Chilling, man. Just waiting for everybody to get up on here. We're gonna start. So this is basically this is it right here, man. This is our platform.
Oh, this is it?
The build. This is it, baby.
Let me cut this. You're not hearing no echo, right?
Nah. See, I'm waiting for Shaq and Jerron to come in, but we're gonna kick it off.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. So this is basically, I'm gonna explain. We ain't gonna have no rules obviously right now, but this is just for the future, so they can see. You know what I mean? Once we start, we gotta blow it up on Facebook and all that stuff too, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, we'll do all that when it comes in, but you know, y'all can hear me perfectly fine. I wasn't chopping up like earlier.
Oh no, it's perfect.
All right, cool. Who's that we got over here with us?
That's Shaq, what I was looking at.
I was waiting for. Okay, Shaq. You never had your camera on, bro. So,
oh, is that Shaq?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Damn, Shaq.
My hair used to be a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna introduce ourselves. Shaq, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
What's up? I'm Shaq. Not much to introduce. I just do yoga. That's all me, bro.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm Dave, man. David. I don't do much but learn.
Yes, the same with me. I'm James.
I don't do anything.
Huh?
That's it. I said that's it. Nothing but learning.
And that's what we all here for, to learn. We're all here to build. We're all here to respect each other and build upon all the information new. I mean, trying to get to a collective decision, collective. Huh?
Yep.
Okay, we got Josh in here. Josh, what's up, Josh?
What's up, Josh?
Well, if you a cashier.
So basically, Josh, this is it, man. This is the platform right here. You know, for us, for when we do our building. You know what I'm saying? This is our.
I'm telling you, I appreciate it. Right? I'm telling you, I appreciate you for building this platform.
Well, yeah, we're gonna grow it. We're gonna have this thing grow, man. It's gonna be something beautiful, because this is gonna be probably the first platform where anybody can come here and speak their whatever they want to speak. And this is a judge-free zone. We ain't gonna hate on them. We ain't gonna, go there with all that ego tripping stuff. You know,
nah, we gotta drop that.
It's about trying to find out what's real. Jerron said he's gonna be with us in a minute. He's just doing his thing with his partner quick. So this is dope, man. For the first episode, we got enough people up in here, man, to do our thing. So I'm excited. So about we need to get up in my ear.
Did you send my hair?
Yeah, we need to get him up in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we was talking about the 5G earlier, and just want to touch on that, because that's something that's going to be happening real soon at the beginning of the year. You don't even know what's happening with that.
Remember Justin's, but I'm listening to you about the 5G.
Okay. Now, we say something about what Justin was saying.
No, I was saying you about text. I mean, text Justin too. That's what I was saying.
Oh yeah. I put it on the you know the one we usually be on, the private one.
Okay.
I put the link on there so anyone want to hop on in. So basically, with the 5G, what I've learned is like basically it's just more and more microwaves being introduced into the inner cities without no real protection from it. I mean, just today alone, I drive cabs, so like I'm driving around all day and looking at these things, man. It's sad. You can walk right up to it.
Where are they located? They still located on top of the poles, right?
Yeah, they're located about 20 feet in the air on a pole, and then they extend. There's another extension of it too that goes a little bit further up, and they're like every 2 or 3 blocks away from each other. So basically, now the cell phone coverage that you have or had is way better than it used to be because you got little small cell phone. So there's big, huge cell phone towers, right? That they have that's miles apart from each other, maybe a mile apart from
I
each other.
see one right now. I see one right now, I believe.
The little one, right? The little small one, right?
No, this motherfucker big, man. I don't know if I ever seen this shit in the sky.
Okay, so yeah, that's a cell phone tower. So now what they have is miniature versions of that, but they'll just have, you see all those panels around it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so like they'll have basically just one of them on like a regular light pole, a regular wooden pole, like that just that feeds wires from electrical wires from houses. So basically, what 5G is just microwaves on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like radio waves on steroids. It's coming in. They're now putting these boxes in the inner cities and close to their homes and stuff. So basically, you can legit be right dead center, like right in line. Say if you live on a second floor apartment or wherever one of these things are, you're literally like an eyesight of it, bro. It's crazy, yo. They don't even care anymore. So,
I'm gonna show you if this is what this is. Where is this shit at? That's it. I'm gonna go over here by this motherfucker.
long day at work.
I'm gonna go by this motherfucker. Since we talking on this. Tell me something, man. Is this a cell phone tower?
Yep. That's called a monopole.
Right there. You see that box? The brick house that it's in?
Yeah, that's a monopole.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing right there, you can climb that easily. You put a harness on, you clip to it, you go up there, man. It's connected with coax wire. The coax,
man, that motherfucker got a lot of power. You could tell there's a lot of power around that motherfucker too, man.
Yeah. They got it fenced off, right? Like you can't get close to it.
Yeah, you can't get it's fenced off with a fence around it. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's what I used to work. Those are the buildings I used to work in, like and climb up on those type of. That's a monopole.
Okay.
So basically, those things that's all the way up on the top. You see it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, those are placed in 3 blocks within each other in regular cities where people are walking around. You know what I'm saying? And it's only like 20 feet up in the air. You see how high that is?
Uh-huh.
Now imagine those things being probably about 50 feet lower and closer to you.
I saw somebody on YouTube walking up to some.
Yeah, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like now they're making it accessible. People can now walk up to them because that's what the 5G is all about. Putting those units and closer to them. You know what I'm saying? Like think about it. Why is it that they're putting them only 20 feet above us? Like, you know what I mean? Because we're close to the ground. That's better cell phone coverage.
Yeah, because it's not coming from the air.
Man, this is crazy. But the thing about it is you got to be careful. We got to be careful, man, because These microwaves, man, they're gonna be coming at us left and right, man. They're stronger than ever now.
Yeah, I heard they going all the way across the country.
Yeah.
I saw a documentary a while back. There was a white lady speaking on that, man. She seemed to be very knowledgeable about what she was speaking about. I can't even remember her name. But she talked about that, how the cell phone, the 6G, all that, the higher the number, the more the radiation.
Yes. And basically it means like more and more of these boxes that they want to be put in place around, you know what I mean? Because that just means more cell phone coverage. That's basically it in a nutshell. When it comes to radiation in the brain, you got to watch out, you know, because that's how Johnny Cochran died, or they say that he died, you know, but I couldn't believe it. I want to believe,
I can, but I can't.
Right, because, you know, he's responsible
For OJ.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, like, you got
And I
to.
heard, excuse me, and I heard he was responsible for getting some people their rights, indigenous people. I want to say he had something to do with something like that.
They try to say that he died from the brain tumor, and that was caused by being on the cell phone all the time.
Yeah, you know he wasn't on no goddamn
Did you
cell
say
phone.
he gave people rights? Gave people rights?
Would I say he gave them rights?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No. How can he give somebody rights?
No, you know what I'm saying, though. I thought that's what you said. Is like that he worked to get rights for some indigenous people.
What I meant, I don't mean rights. I meant you misspoke. The proper paperwork.
Oh, I can dig that. You know how it goes, though. You start getting it to where these people got more power than just being a slave, and it don't work as easy as it did when you was working part of their system. When you start
Right.
Unplugging people, you run into way more opposition. You know, especially lawyers. I don't know if y'all know about the UCC paperwork and
Yeah.
becoming a sovereign citizen. Those attorneys are under constant scrutiny.
But they can't work. They can't overturn nothing for you because they work for the British people. So that's where they get their bar from. So they can't do nothing for the people. All that shit is a scam.
Oh yeah, you better know it. Come on, it's fraternal. Anything fraternal is a scam.
Yep. Man, I want me hair to be on here. Man, that dude got some knowledge, y'all.
Yeah, I texted him.
Yeah,
Yo, y'all see that? Y'all see that, right?
Yeah, man, that dude, that man.
Yeah, Mahari a beast.
Man, Mahari is a beast. Man,
He claimed that he got paperwork showing that he come from some, first four tribes or some shit. He say he got his bloodline going way back.
I believe him.
I'm sending him a personal message with the link for this hangout right now. Hold up.
I believe him. Shit.
I showed it too. You know what? Like I was saying earlier, what you gain from lying? What you gain from bullshit?
He wouldn't.
It's gonna be found out. If you
He wouldn't
bullshit,
even,
it's gonna be found out.
yeah, the truth is always gonna prevail. So, like you said, if he bullshit, it'll show up.
Oh yeah. You can't hide from it. And that's something I'm learning as I'm getting older. Shit. It's so much easier. You ain't got to cover nothing up when you live in the line of the truth.
That's right.
You just going through. Ain't shit to cover up. Ain't shit to hide. Everything nice.
Everything I know.
Yes, sir. Shit. Can't be accused of doing this. Can't be accused of doing that because everything just right there.
They know how you line up. Somebody burning. Who is that burning?
We all burning, man.
That's good.
I'm hitting that little vape right now. No, I don't fuck with no cigarettes no more. I don't even burn no weed no more. I just be taking my little dabs and hit my little vape pen. No more, no burning nothing.
Yeah. You know them vape pens.
That was all tobacco, dog.
Huh? What'd you say, Shaq?
I wasn't burning. That was tobacco, bro.
But those vapor pens, yo, I don't know if it's gonna be a problem with those in the future.
It already is. What you talking about? They noticing a decline in profits on from big tobacco. Shit. It, just like if everybody was to quit hitting them buying like Swishers and Garcia Vegas and Backwoods, if you was to quit buying them, that shit'll get cracked down on real quick. You'll see them damn near giving that shit in the mail to get you back on them.
You right. That's a fact right there. I'm thinking about getting me one of them vapor pens, but it's got to have some good ooh wee in it.
They work, bro. It worked. Look, you can make look. If you just do a little reading, you can buy whatever good little weed you pick up off the street, put that shit in some vegetable glycerin, and you can put it in these little tanks on these things, and they ain't got to do nothing, just off the whoop whoop, nothing but vaping all day. Look
See
like
that
you
shit right
vaping
there?
on
See
some
that shit
regular,
right
but you vaping on that good.
See that shit right there? We could get our own shit.
They cracking down on this shit, man. They don't want. They already see it. They see what you finna speak on. They already see, and they got FDA rules cracking down on this shit. Hell, in some of these states, it's 50% tax on this shit. So you'll go and buy a little $19 bottle and gotta fuck around, pay $30 damn near. So they already know because that shit was unregulated when it came out. These folks were just selling bottles and back when this shit first come out, this little e-liquid shit cost a lot. It's dropped because they getting taxed so hard on this shit.
We did.
You
That's
can't
why
make no dollar without them making something. You already know.
Yeah. They gonna
And the shit ain't nothing but 3-4 ingredients, some flavor concentrates, vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol. All of them is natural things that occur dirt cheap. You buy them by the fucking gallon, 7 gallons. And you know what I mean? Like you buy the ingredients, make this shit. There was motherfuckers selling this shit on Facebook, making $1 million selling shit dirt cheap because everybody was wanting it because it was that thing. It's what's popping off.
damn.
But FDA caught wind, big tobacco caught wind, and they started taxing everybody. They tried to make it to where you were going to have to get everything FDA certified to sell it, which means you got to spend $1 million in research and development in order for the FDA to even look at it.
Yeah, they ain't fuck with it. God damn. Yeah, so they know what's going on.
Because that's what these tobacco companies do. They make, $70 billion a year profit and then turn around and put 20 on research and development, what they see if they can make it more healthy or whatever, the whole way.
Bullshit.
How can you make something adding cancerous chemicals to it, keep adding radioactive chemicals to it? Shit.
Can't do it.
Hell no. Radioactive is radioactive. You can't make that shit good for you.
Nope, no kind of way. No kind of way.
I gotta hop to the house. Me and the lady just got out work. I'm gonna jump back on when I get to the Casa.
Okay.
All right, y'all be easy.
Man, this is gonna be special, man. I'm putting yes, this right here is gonna be special to build, man. This is the very first live stream, man. I'm on
I like the name, the bill.
yeah, man. This is gonna be special because here's a place where it's not gonna be about okay, let's get some people to debate and shake some stuff up, This is gonna be about getting to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. If you got some information, let's build.
Right. And if you're misinformed, then it's all right. It's okay because we ain't here to play the I'm right card. You're wrong and I'm better than you. We ain't doing that.
Right.
You know?
Everybody good here.
Yeah. This is gonna be like a family type of thing. I feel like I'm sending out some like some beacons right now on Facebook and stuff, trying to get this thing advertised, you know, people.
Right.
And one thing I want to say right about this is that I know they got a lot of you know, Patreons and you know they don't. I don't want to do none of that on this. You know what I'm saying? That's not what this is about. You know,
Nope, 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 nope.
I work hard, bro, and that's the reason why I gave everybody the password to eliminate that. Yeah, y'all know this is for real.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not about ain't about no money.
Right, and it's not about me either. It's about us. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
Shaq,
Yo,
I want to touch on that so-called rocket launch you guys saw, not so-called, but like whatever they, you know what I mean, what they was talking about the other day that you saw in Phoenix over there.
I'm still fucking confused about it, bro, because I mean, just for all the future viewers, like I was driving down, like, cause y'all know the story already, but um, I was driving down to work to the yoga studio, and then all of a sudden I see this like bright smoke in the sky, and it's like it's pitch black. Like I see this bright smoke in the sky, and then all of a sudden just this big beam, bro, and oh my God, like I'm still fucking confused about it, bro. I don't know what the hell to say it is.
But I saw it's not. We wasn't no rocket launch. We would have saw the rocket.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have. My thing is, you wouldn't have seen the smoke though.
Nah. And you're right. I wonder how did they light that smoke up? How did they light that up like that?
That's what I'm saying. The only plausible thing that I could come up with, bro, is that it was actually a rocket and it was high up enough for the sun to reflect light off of it. That's my only thing about it.
But if that were to be the case, we would see rays going across the sky.
No, you wouldn't because the sun is already down. But if you could get up high enough, like almost out of the atmosphere, it could still light that one thing that's up there. That doesn't mean it has to be all bright.
Right, right, right. But in my mind, I'm just saying I would just see rays, some sun rays. You know, so that's just to me though, Shaq. I ain't saying you lying.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of like how like like how in the globe model how the moon works.
On how the moon is illuminated.
My ear said he's gonna be on in 30 minutes, family.
Okay.
We got Jerron about to be on here, and my ear.
That's what's up, bro. But that shit was still crazy to see, bro. Because at first I had no idea what was going on. Like as far as the physical shit goes, like, I mean, fuck the physical because I don't know what the fuck that was physically.
It
But
looked like a womb.
spiritually, bro, like spiritually, like I felt like this energy, bro, like this really bad energy, like I felt like I was gonna die, like I was scared, but also at the same time, like I liked it. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Part of that, I think, is your instinct.
it was like I haven't had like a feeling like that since I did the feeling I got from seeing that shit. It was like I haven't felt like that since I did shrooms, bro. Like, cause I know like when I did shrooms, like I had that same sort of feeling. Like I was gonna die, but I liked it.
Yeah, because to me, when you die, that is something to like. Now, what I know,
What? I could barely hear you, David.
oh, I was saying, knowing what I know now. Let me turn this AC down. That's part of my AC. Knowing what I know now, I know it's good to die.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like that's definitely like one thing that they have done like a good job doing is like getting people prepared to die and shit.
Yeah, they did. They did. That's how you know that it's a deception, and that's why I said what I said because I pay attention to life, and everybody thinks it's bad to die. So that's fucked up. It's a good thing. That means it's good to die.
Mm.
It's like once you realize everybody like once you realize everything is all one, it's like you also realize like that you never really die in the first place either.
It don't. It never died.
What about reincarnation? How you guys feel about that?
Well, I mean, you all know like with
It's not really reincarnation.
Touch on that.
I believe reincarnation to me would be you coming back,
Mm.
and you are the person that you are right now. No, I don't believe that person coming back. But I don't believe the spirit dies.
well, because I know with like yoga, it's like we do it like reincarnation is like a cycle
Yeah.
that we get caught up in because of ego, and so it's like yoga is like a way to break out of that cycle.
I would really like to know the etymology of that word too.
Yoga
No, reincarnate.
or reincarnation?
Hmm. And we got to keep that. I really would like that because maybe uh me Mary, maybe he could say he could give it to us. No, he know a lot about that.
Well, carnation. What do you think? What do you think? Like it sounds like where it originates from.
Creation.
Reincarnation. God nation sounds like Latin kind of God nation. You know what I mean? Okay.
Hmm. That sounds like
Carnation. They also call carnation. There's a bird that's a carnation. I don't know if there's any link to that, or if they just say it's called a carnation. But I know that there's a bird called carnation.
hmm. I wonder what is it? I wonder what I really would like to know.
Well, let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen because this is what the build's about, right? See,
Right.
we're trying to figure out what reincarnation means. This is what this is about. So let's try and do it. Screen share. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So just type in reincarnation. Yeah, that's Elena, everybody.
Hey.
My little girl. She's being real good right now. All right. So reincarnation doctrine. So they give you the doctrine here. Let's go to Wikipedia. Let's see what Wikipedia is talking about. The philosophical or religious concept that an aspect of a living being starts a new life in a different physical body or form after biological death. It is also called the rebirth, transmigration, and is a part of the samsara. And it has a little accent over it. Okay. It says it has a central tenet of all major Indian religions, namely Buddhism, Hinduism, Jainism, and Sikhism. The idea of reincarnation is found in many ancient cultures, and the belief of rebirth. Oh. So this looks like this word doesn't really have an origin. It's found well in many tribal societies all around the world, in places such as Australia, East Asia, Siberia, and South America. So I mean, like to go back to where that means, I guess we can't really figure that out on Wikipedia. They're probably not really into it because it's saying it comes out of everywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find out now.
So let's back up here. True. We'll type in something crazy, right? Like true meaning. Oh, we'll just put etymology, like you said.
Word etymology.
There you go. There's so much stuff on this website. That's the only thing about the internet. They give you too much information. I know exactly what you're looking for. I mean, when you think about like reincarnation, right? It makes you like not fear death, and you really want to believe in it because you want to live again. Like you don't want to ever stop. Like when you think about dying, most people, they think about it in a negative way because they're taught like, okay, when you die, that's it. Like nobody really knows what's on the other side. But the thought of reincarnation is mad peaceful, but like that's something that's given to us like on a mass scale. Like so, it's kind of hard to believe in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if that's like information that like is like basically it's not common knowledge, but it's something that a lot of people talk about. You know what I mean? Could that be like think about it like could it be a reason for people to like not appreciate this life and just be who they want to be because they think they're just going to be reincarnated anyway? Feel me?
That's a good way to look.
Like so if I like wanted to be a negative person, I'll be like I wouldn't care like how much people I killed or whatever because they're just going to be reincarnated. Like on the flip side of things, like say if you was like a assassin but you had a heart, right? Is it because you believe in like every person that you kill for money is possibly going to live again anyway?
Well, that's where karma comes in, because the thing about reincarnation is just because you're a human now doesn't mean that you're going to be a human in the next life.
See?
Or maybe you you're human, but you might be in a worse situation than you are now. Like that's where like the whole karma thing, karma. That's where karma comes into place, and it's like so everything you do, everything you do in this life affects what your outcome is gonna be in the next life. So it's like,
Yeah, I can,
let's
I
say
can, I
I'm
can.
just like, let's say I'm like a really shitty person or something like that. Then in the next life, I might reincarnate as a cockroach or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And it's just like, and the thing is like, a lot of people also think like, oh, hey, like, I'll reincarnate, but it's like it's not really even supposed to be. Reincarnation isn't even supposed to be a good thing. Like it's not even supposed to be the main goal.
Mm.
What you think the main goal is supposed to be?
Well, like what the main goal is called like in Sanskrit it's called samadhi, and it's like basically it's like becoming the true self, like because the body and like all the emotions we experience, these are all products of the ego. And so when you go into when you go into samadhi, you become the true self, and the true self doesn't have like an identity, doesn't have a form or a shape. It's like the true self just is.
You good, Shaq?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you got cut off.
No, no.
Okay.
I'm trying to find something that can really explain it because I'm not too good at explaining myself. It's like a really hard
Okay.
concept for people to grasp.
All right. That's my ear right there. My ear is watching this right now. Yeah. Ooh.
Hey, where's that echo coming from?
That's probably from my that's probably from me, bro. So yeah, man, this is it right here, bro. This is the platform, man. This is this is it right here. This is we had Jerron say he about to be on here up on here in a little bit too. Let's give him a little while. But yeah, man, this is gonna be dope for the viewers so that when we get our points across and we try to build with everybody, we can also build with the viewers and help us get some more information that we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be dope. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, we can teach a lot of things, such as how to love our neighbors for real, for real. Really go around and be about that life, spreading love.
It says here like in yoga we have something called like the five koshas, and it says here it says the five koshas form a map for understanding all the dimensions of the human being, and there's five different ones, and so it's like shit. The Anamaya kosha is the physical sheath. That's the physical body and the five elements. The Pranamaya kosha is the energetic sheath. That's the chakras, the pranavayas and nadis. The Manomaya kosha is the psycho-emotional sheath. That's thoughts and emotions. The Vishna Vijna Namaya Kosha is the wisdom sheath. It's insight supporting transformation. The Anandamaya Kosha is the bliss sheath. It's awakening our inherent positive qualities. It's like all of these sheaths are reflections of the true self beyond the personality. Atman, which is united through yoga with the universal self. And then it says the exploration and integration of the five koshas naturally lead to the recognition of our own true being, whose nature is all pervading oneness. And this both encompasses and transcends all of the koshas. So it's like you can reincarnate, but usually all the bodies that we reincarnate to are basically for exploring those bodies and exploring all the different koshas. And once we can do that, that's how you end up breaking that cycle of reincarnation, so that you become the true self and you don't reincarnate anymore.
See, yeah, that sounds about right. Reincarnation sounds like something's being done over. It's a repetitious. It's a repeat.
Yeah, like you're not done yet.
Right.
Like I'll get back to that. Hold on.
Maybe a locust. But then they don't die. Shit.
How y'all feel about deja vu?
Oh shit, deja vu is this, and I don't know how to explain it.
Deja vu. Seems like you've seen something before. And that possibly could be because we everywhere at all times.
Yeah, the thing about deja vu, right, is that I've always used it as a marking, like a guide. Like I feel like kind of like a checkpoint almost, or maybe not a checkpoint, but like a pit stop, like a NASCAR. You know, like after a while, the air pressures on the tires get low. You know, the rims get beat up. Now they gotta change it, right?
Right.
Make it get fresh again. So my take on deja vu was kind of like life reaffirming that you're where you're supposed to be. And the NASCAR aspect of it is faith based, basically like to reassure you that you're on the right path and tunes up your faith. Because when you have a feeling like you're doing the right thing, and you get reaffirmment with life itself through deja vu, you gain more faith with life and what you believe in, and how hard you go for yourself. And that's my only take on deja vu, because I can't explain it any other way, because the feeling that it brings me doesn't it, you know, those that's the only way I can describe the feelings that it brings me when I think about it and when I experience it. And the funny thing is, it only happens like months apart. And if you think about it, like people go through stuff all the time, like and like hardships. Like we go through a hardship like maybe once every 3 or 4 months. You know what I'm saying? Like especially being a lower level citizen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if like, because you know they say everything happens for a reason. All things that are going to happen already happened. So what if deja vu was put in place for those people to keep going, and so they won't kill themselves or die from depression? You know what I mean? It's a way for nature to keep thriving. You feel me? But like that again, that's just my theory. I don't want anyone to quote me or anything, but I mean that's why this is called the build. I wanna build on it, you know?
Right.
Deja vu is very like personal and stuff because a lot of people when they have it, they don't even talk about it sometimes. Or sometimes when they do have it, they get like super excited. Oh snap! I just got deja vu, right?
Right.
Yeah, like when it happens, like people rather like just don't talk about it, or they get so excited that they forget to like examine exactly why they're feeling that deja vu in the first place.
And speaking of reincarnation and deja vu and all this stuff, right? Have y'all ever had like someone die in your family and then like you have a dream and like they come to you in a dream and say bye?
I haven't, no.
Like I've had that happen to me only one time. That was with like a friend of mine named Paris Booker Garcia. So and I don't know, man, like you know, when we talk about reincarnation and the soul and stuff like that, like I can almost believe it because like I don't know if it was just like my own personal like my imagination or whatever that wanted to like say because I never got to go to his funeral because I was living in Jersey and he was in Massachusetts at the time. So I don't know if that was like my own like personal way of handling, you know, the grievance process and like departing, you know. Um but like I learned later on that like the dream world is actually also as real as this world, you know? So
Well, it's
like
a
I
very
think Shaq, I think you could touch on that. Like, so what I want to know is like, and it's kind of like a question I've been asking myself for years, right?
yeah.
Like, do you think that that was him in the dream? Like, because it was mad crazy. It was like he knew he's dead, and he told me to tell his mom bye and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just like it was mad. It felt real. Like it was in a place that we both like played at together. It was in a place called Denison Moore. We both played there together every day, and so it's like I don't know if it was
Well,
because like you know I was familiar with seeing him there, and that's the reason why I had that dream there. Like you know if it was real or like what, like you know, like I don't know, bro.
yeah, it's like when you look at a dream, it's kind of like when you're going through it, it feels completely real. Like everything you've done, everything you eat in the dream, taste it, and it's like so you can't really say that the dream isn't really real. Like you can't just dismiss it and say like, oh, because like it's just my way of handling probably really happened. And it's like the other way to look at it. Um, when you realize that you're in a dream, you always realize it in the middle of the dream. Like you don't know how the dream starts, and you don't know how it ends. And so just looking at when you're awake, we don't know how it starts and we don't know how it ends. Like, yeah, people tell us like, oh, we were, you know, our mothers gave birth to us in a hospital and shit like that. But it's like once you reach a certain age, you don't really remember anything. Like, you don't really remember anything you did as a baby. Like, you don't remember all that shit. And then it's like when you die, you don't know like how you died exactly. Like, you just die. Like, you don't have enough time to really think about it. So that's just like that's the same thing as like that's just the same thing as a dream.
So basically, you think that was real? You think it was like I really seen him, I really saw him.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I do. That's just me.
Because you know what, I hear a lot of people, you know, talk about similar stories, bro. That of mine, like have similar experiences, and I just want to know, was it like a human thing, or was it like, you know, something that was real? You know, that lady, I forget her name. She's from New York. Where is her name? I'm gonna look her up right now. She goes on. She goes on TV, and she's like a medium, and she's always talking about like the other side and reincarnation and stuff. But you know, she can be fake though. She's on
There's a lot of them that are
facts.
because they put all the mysticism shit behind it. You know.
Remember Miss Cleo? Call me now for your free reading.
Oh no.
That was a classic scam artist, huh? How about you, David?
Who was
I
that?
know you remember that, David.
Which one?
Call me now for your free reading.
Oh, Cleo.
Man, so famous, man.
Yep. Yep. That was
Scam.
Cleo.
She was a
What
sham.
was her name? It was Cleo something. But nah, I never got my palms read.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Huh? Either one of y'all had y'all palms read?
I got my palms read before in California, but like it was weird, bro. Like I got them
Yeah, what
read
is it
because,
about?
huh?
What is it about? I mean,
Well, I got them. I got them read. The reason why I got them read was I didn't just get them read just to do it, just to have the experience. I got it for a reason because I was doing music at the time, and this dude that I was doing music with, he was Jamaican, and he used to go see a psychic lady out in California, and I lived out there. So like a situation happened with this girl saying that she was having my baby, and he really wanted to know if it was mine or not. So he was trying to convince me to go to a psychic to ask them if it was my baby or not. Long story short, I went to the psychic. They read my palm. So they told me that it wasn't mine, whatever. But I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You know, I mean, I did give him. I gave him a little bit of information on it, but I didn't give him a whole lot. Like, when they told me that, oh, I'm gonna be like successful, I'm gonna have money beyond my wildest dreams, all this stuff, right? But like that stuff everybody wants to hear. You know what I'm saying?
right. That's what people want to hear.
So like I just don't know I don't know how to take a palm reader serious. I don't know how to take them serious.
Right. That's why I was going with that. I don't really know how to take that just that serious.
Well, because palm reading, the thing about palm reading, it's not supposed to be about it's not supposed to be about telling the future. It's about trying to help you deal with what's going on now. Like with palm reading, they totally like fucked up what the true purpose of it is.
Mm. think I'll ever like go to a psychic really and like try to like, you know, get my life answers from them. Cause you can go in New York and you can literally walk on almost any street and go find a psychic. They're like everywhere, bro. Literally their own business, man. Their own market, man. And I just don't know, man. I don't know if I can believe in it like that. But there'd be some compelling stories though. Like, okay, remember earlier I was telling you about that dude David Wilcock? Well, I figured out the name of the dude he was supposedly reincarnated to from Edgar Casey. Now, Edgar Casey, he was a serious dude. I'm gonna share my screen. I'll show you. Um, Look up Edgar Casey, and I'm gonna show you. This is freaky, bro. I know it could be fake, but you see this guy, Edgar Casey? Yeah. Okay, this guy was a famous medium, right? And he can channel. Now, he died, and supposedly his reincarnation is this guy. Okay, so that's Edgar Casey when he was young. You see him? Right? Hold up. Edgar Casey, right? Now, peep this. Edgar Casey and David Wilcock. Look at that. You see that?
Man,
Striking, right?
hell yeah.
Now watch this. David Wilcock. Oh. All right, so now we'll go over here. There's a little, like a quick minute video on it. Now, before this dude goes on, I'll explain what he's about to show. What he's going to show is because David Wilcock, he can explain it, right? But he takes like hours to do it. We don't got that. So basically, his birth chart, what they're doing right here, this is the reason why I think that it's made up. Because we all know this is created by a man, right?
Right.
So like, but it's crazy, crazy, crazy because this goes back to the hip hop. They say that the people in the hip hop are like time travelers or something like that, right? Like, it's crazy, but I think that's BS too. But I'll get back to that point. But basically, these guys, Edgar Casey and David Wilcock, have the same birth chart. They was born on the same day and the same date and the same time. So that's very important because that's like picking a guessing a lock code that you just don't even know. Like you know what I mean? Like right. It's crazy. It's the possibility of getting that is like so. It just won't happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's rigged. But like, basically, what he's gonna explain is their birth charts. These guys are supposed to be reincarnation from each other, and supposedly his colleagues got reincarnated with him. So now they all live together today with this guy, David Wilcock. So I'll play the video.
Also in Pisces. both have Jupiter and Mars in Capricorn. Oh, that's very interesting. That's a lot of major placements. The most personal planets are all together, and the planet of action and expansion are also together. Eerie stuff. All his friends actually look like him too, and I don't know. Decide for yourself.
Here's his friends. Edgar Casey's friend, David Wilcox's friend. 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 Could they all be working together? Like, okay, like so everybody knows about the Mandela effect, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, right, when I'm like try to follow me, right? When I'm coming with this. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen real quick so I can focus on what I want to say. Basically, the Mandela effect says that something that we're living in an alternate universe, right? And there was an effect that happened. Hold on. And now everyone's remembering things differently. Okay? So it's easy to perform a Mandela effect or to act like the Mandela effect is real because all you got to do is just do 2 takes. So basically, if you have this idea, right? I'm gonna close the door. Basically, if you have this idea, right, that in the future, because we all know the Illuminati card game is based upon years in the future. Like the Illuminati card game, there's cards still that can't even be played yet because the year hasn't got here yet. But like, basically, they plan years ahead, just like the elite plan years ahead with the whole NWO New World Order plan. So what if people like Edgar Casey and David Wilcock was really the same person, but they just took pictures and kind of like altered it a little bit to make them look a little bit different. Obviously the pictures are gonna look different because they're supposed to be from different time eras. But I mean, like, could time travel, like there's allegations of time travel, and the reason why is because there's a lot of pictures of celebrities that that looks similar to the ones who they are now, like people that was born a long time ago supposedly look like celebrities today. So basically, they're like supposedly either time travelers or reincarnated. But the main thing is time travel. That they're trying to say that these artists, like celebrities of today, time travel, like Leonardo DiCaprio and all these people, like they time travel and they go to different times and live and stuff. Like, so it's just basic wild ideas, right? But like, you can say whatever you want to say, but the basic thing you need to remember is that like Hollywood been in business for years. When the first camera came out, like, hold up, the camera, when the camera first came out, obviously they knew then what they could do with it, right? So that they could, an image is worth 1,000 words, and you can't really place a date on an image. Only thing you can do is can tell how old the image really is, like what it looks like. It looks like image could look like it's from the 1800s, but you could take a camera from the 1800s and shoot a picture with it still today. You get one that still works. Now I shoot a picture with a camera that's from the 1800s, right? Is that still a picture from the 1800s?
Open door.
Huh?
No.
It's not. It's a picture from today. But what I'm saying is they can duplicate the pictures from the 1800s with those cameras and they can use them today. So what I'm saying is, like, what if the whole time travel stuff is faked, just like the Mandela effect is fake? You know what I'm saying? Like, and this dude, Edgar Casey, who's talking about reincarnation, what if he's faking the funk too? Because this dude was on the History Channel. you know, he's been on the internet blowing up. He's had books and stuff. You know what I mean? He's got like this huge story about how ever since he was young, you know, he was like this great person and like knew how to like read the future and stuff and be telepathic. Like this dude was nuts, right? He tells crazy stories. But the thing about it, right, is we all know that in order to get to the psychedelic, I mean, to the state where we could read minds and do telepathic stuff is and all that is after we clean what the pineal gland, right? And we get that activated, right?
Right.
This dude was talking about how he was a drinker. He don't look healthy. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, how will you be because we can all be a psychic. So I'm like, yo, dude, what makes you more special than me? And if I have to sit there and get a better diet, do all the shit to be a psychic, what makes you're telling me these stories about how you used to drink in college and stuff. So that, and you used to be experimenter and he's swearing and stuff. So he obviously hasn't spent time to meditate, get peaceful with himself and stuff. I mean, I'm not one to say anything because obviously, like, I'm not there with him 24/7. But you know, you look at people who really meditate, like these Buddhist monks and stuff. Yo, they're the most peaceful people ever. Right or wrong?
Right.
You know,
Right.
and this dude is sitting there claiming he has psychic powers and all this stuff when the Buddhist monks got psychic powers. The Buddhist monks got healing powers because they put in the work, bro. Years sometimes it takes to develop these these special gifts that every human being have. You know, you got to really clean your body out. So I'm just thinking like, and even if I'm a comedic, even if I was a comedic Hotepian, right? And I would be calling this dude a fraud because I would say, oh, you don't have any melanin. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, you got to think, like, we talk about reincarnation. This dude is sitting there basically, you know, using it as one of the bases of his credibility of who he is as a political or as a figure, he basically wants to be idolized, you know, because of if he really didn't want to be idolized, he wouldn't even put his name out there or anything like that. No, he wouldn't even care. He just put it out, you know. But I mean, like, he's going hard, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it just makes you question so much stuff, bro. Like, how is it that all his friends get reincarnated with him? You know, and that little 1 minute video was nothing compared to what is out there. There is extensive.
No, exactly. Because the thing about reincarnation is like that's not even how it works, bro.
So then why you think they're like, you know, like pushing that narrative?
They want to push it first of all because first of all they want to make it look like a good thing. Second, they want to push it like that because I mean, you know them in the first they're always just like because it's like one reason we know about nation in the first is because like that's what the ancients wrote. And so it's like we all like with the ancients just stuck where they weren't stuck where they were at. Like they were all able to communicate with everyone through telepathy. This is how they shared their thoughts and ideas. And one of the ideas of nation is what came from the Vedic.
Yeah, I'm just still tripping on this dude, man. Like, I mean, he got a lot of stories. He's got a huge following, you know. So and like, so we say that's not how reincarnation works. I mean, I can believe that, man, because I don't know if I can believe This dude, man, because he got way too many people like, you know, following him without him being like he's been doing this for a long time, you know, and the information that he's giving out is like serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's real serious allegations of the government and all that. And he's being allowed to say all these things just like Alex Jones. And it makes you wonder, man. He's definitely probably gonna be you know, an agent. But I mean, like, if he's pushing the reincarnation agenda, I mean narrative, right? But you're saying that it doesn't work like that.
Because like they want it to seem like it's a good thing, like reincarnation is like something that you would want to do.
True.
They want to keep you stuck in the cycle, you know. They want to keep you stuck here so that they can keep taking your energy.
It's deep.
It's like, let me get my notebook.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna get back with y'all. I gotta cut this customer in a minute, okay?
All right, brother.
I'll be right back.
All right. It's crazy, bro. I'm looking up this 5G. I'm probably gonna.
Anybody in the chat yet? Huh?
Nah, I don't know. This is we didn't even like advertise this or nothing. You know, I just figured we just be on here, man, and you know try to
Well, yeah, of course, people watch the replay, you know.
yeah, exactly. Just try to get used to streaming, doing our hangouts online and stuff, you know.
And it's like, so it's like in my notebook it says from when I was researching shit because I did a lot on it. It's like we live in a state where it only resides and therefore not in. So your body is a vessel for your soul to be in. As we have this experience. And one way to get ego is to rid the spirit of like not only pain but also pleasure. Because I mean, if you look at what you're breathing, at the same time on pushing. They keep on pushing like death, like all the time on the fucking news. Like always hear about dying or some fucking war going on. But then they also keep pushing and other things like that. You want this burger? Get this burger. You want this? If you, it's like they keep on pushing and pleasure just equally, and there's no balance there. Because the more and more that we crave things, craving is that keeps us in this cycle. And it's like, so the whole point is incarnate. You keep yourself made. And so samadhi for liberation, perception of self matter. Because the consciousness isn't made of matter. The consciousness transcends matter.
Right.
It's like station is consciousness is unaware of subject, only aware of its own nature and unmixed with any other object.
It's deep, brother. You know what we need to do?
Yeah.
We need to we need to figure out how to we need to figure out how to get people to want to become more conscious, like make it like all right, like you know how like when something new comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like a new let's give it like a new fashion design. Skinny jeans per se. Ready? Remember one point in time with skinny jeans, whenever somebody would wear skinny jeans, it would be deemed like super duper gay, like just dudes just like that was just like an ultimate no.
Yeah, exactly.
And now today it's like widely accepted and all types of straight guys wear skinny jeans. Well, we got to kind of make it cool now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think it's cool to go to gym. Like, if you notice that little kid, little TK and stuff, he got like 99 million, 100 million views on his video. His video is about him catching a body and running away from the police. Now, he got 100 million views because 100 million people think that that's awesome. You know, some people don't. He got some of those views just comes from people just being straight up like at awe and like can't believe what they're seeing and just like, you know. And some people just really like the song and stuff. But the thing about it is like when people first started making music and stuff like that, it was always about like, you know, getting back to your roots and like knowing about who you are. Like, there's a lot of positive stuff, like especially like within hip hop. Those songs like "Fight the Power" and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, like now it's just like basically let's catch a body and go to jail, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so two totally polarized different, like two totally different ideas, right? So we gotta figure out like people don't want to like learn about things. Like, I noticed that. Like, I talked to some kid today that I haven't seen in a long time, right? This guy be like, he's either the same age as me or maybe like a year older or younger. But he's definitely the same age. Hold on, girl. So I asked him if he was conscious, like if he's into his con. He said, "Oh no, not really." So after he said that, I didn't really like, try to like, get him to, you know, want to try to be conscious, because I understand that there's no way that I can do that. You gotta want to. But I mean, there could be some way we can kind of like, as we're like advertising this, like make it so that people want to like want to know what we're talking about. Like make it cool, make it, what I mean, make it something that, because that's kind of like what Young Pharaoh does in a sense, but he's doing it with like a lot of negative intention. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what he's doing is using music, right, to catch the attention of his viewers, right, so that they don't get bored with his videos. Because what a lot of people would find is with information, people can learn something and then like they'll get distracted and stuff. Like you see how like we are constantly like on this every day. We're on the Google Hangouts trying to learn more and more and more. Like we're a rare breed, like there's not a lot of people like us. So we gotta try to figure out how to get people to want to be like us and want to like know more. Like, what is it? Something that, what is it that you could say? Oh snap! What was that? Oh man, what was that? What is it that we could say that that can get people to start to thinking like, yo, man, I need to be getting conscious. Like, I need to know what's going on.
Well, it
Like
was just
what point do you have to make up? Because it gets so frustrating. Like I know we was talking about this earlier about how, when you're trying to talk to people and open their minds and stuff, and they just don't want to listen. Or some people who do, but then like they stray away. It's like they have attention deficit disorder and stuff, something like that. Like what can you say to people that's like already like kind of like dumbfounded, like, because like when you want to wake somebody up away from like the drug game, right? You be like, oh, do you want to end up 6 feet deep or like in jail? Like that's the famous thing. Like that's what you hear about like when you're like on the streets, right? Like that's like everybody will say, right? Like, oh, what happens when you live on the streets? When you try to be on the streets and be a gangster and stuff like that, gangbanger.
it was
Like,
like it's just kind of like it's what you said before, bro. You say it all the time. It's just we gotta let everybody own, because yeah, like it was nice if everybody started becoming conscious and whatnot, but it's like some people just interested and some people are go away from it, like their own twist on it. We just have to let people just grow it on their own, like not be about pushing it or pushing it, like can't really like force people into it.
Yeah, and I feel you, and like you said, I say it all the time. But I mean, like for sure, like this is basically like for viewers too, because now we're live streaming, right? So like we got to basically like when we're on the show, like when we're trying to like, because what we're doing is we're trying to also wake people up with the build, and we want to build with people who are awake like us and stuff. But like the people who are gonna question us, because there are gonna be people in here trying to like deny us and like, question us and debate us and all that stuff and do all the things that we are not here to do. So we got to like prepare ourselves for that, but also prepare to retain viewers who actually want to learn and not just debate us, so that we don't have to run into that issue. And that's the only reason why I ask, like, what can we say? Like, what can we say to put like a reality? I don't want to like not say not fear, because like what are the realities of not being conscious? Like what can you go through? Like, okay, so you want to continue eating GMO foods? Do you want to continue to, just calcifying your pineal gland? Do you want to keep on injecting yourselves with these flu and vaccines and all these crazy vaccines with all this stuff you don't need? And, do you want to keep on just learning all this religious stuff that really throws you in circles spiritually, like what is it? What will it take to shake, like not shake someone up, but
Like
to
I
get
don't.
them to think,
Uh,
to get them to realize that maybe they should take a listen, or maybe they should try to maybe understand something a little bit that's more important than themselves.
I don't think it's as. I don't think it's as much as what can we say to them. I think it's more of a question of what can we ask them that will
Okay.
start to make them question their reality a little bit and
Okay.
who
Okay. Okay.
just spiritual or whatever.
Okay. Okay. I can dig it, Shaq. I can dig it. See, but
Because at that point, it's just kind of like it's not about us. I mean, we know we're spiritual. I know I'm spiritual. You know you're spiritual. So it's like we would have to ask, how is it that they look really,
mm,
and then ask them like, well, what do you think happened, or do you think anything death at all? And it's just like keep asking them questions along that line, and when they give their answer, respond to those answers as needed.
right. I think that what we're doing here is going to be very important for a lot of people, especially in America, because we're in some crazy times right now where it's desperately needed. All this information is desperately needed in every American home. Everybody that knows about Michael Jackson needs to know about fluoride. They need to know, what I mean? Like everybody that knows about Michael Jackson also needs to know about, the Black Boule, and what I mean? Like there's just like there's so much thing there's a lot of things that people are aware of, and it's common knowledge, and a lot of things that we know, like the information has been out for years, and then you talk to somebody who has no idea, and like, what? Whoa! Like it's new to them, and it's scary to us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like because it is new to them. So I mean, like we gotta think about this in a way like, okay, what are you doing? What do you want out of this shit? What do you want out of the build? Like, what is it that we're trying to do? You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's basically like wake ourselves up along with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Continuously. Because there's like the information is just like infinite. Like I can't ever think of a time where I thought there wasn't anything else left to learn. I don't know. How about you?
I kind of felt like that, bro. I kind of still do.
I've never felt like that. I've never felt like there was not much left to learn.
It's like for me, it's just like like forgetting all the forgetting about all the conspiracy and global hacker, like that. It's thinking about all that. Just looking at myself and looking at least that I'm trying to everything that I do, especially the whole yoga thing. It's like I kind of feel like I've reached a spiritual. Always find myself asking, I always find myself asking this question to myself. What? Never really able.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh no, I finished.
Oh, okay. All right. I wanna see what's going on, man. Like if these guys are coming on. I know Maya said he was busy and stuff, but I mean, like, this is cool.
Well, what happened? Did David just off or?
Oh, there goes Jerron. What's good, brother?
What going on, man? I'm just not joining in with y'all.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Oh, we over here just building. My brothers like they say they got to do some stuff real quick. I'll be back. We got Lotus, Maya. He said he's gonna be here in a minute and stuff. And we just build up on. Oh, this is something that you might want to build on, bro, because this is kind of like what we've been talking about. Is like what can we do to? Because like when we're advertising this YouTube, we want to we want to ask questions like Shaq was saying on like what their beliefs are and stuff, and get them to try to come up on here and build with us. You know, so it's frustrating, like you say. You know, we got information out there, and people don't want. Like you say, you was just with your homeboy who said, "Oh man, we still gotta get this money. It don't even matter." Like yo, I had to deal with that too. Because at the point, man, I was dealing with a concept of a world without currency, and people tell me I'm stupid, crazy, and you know not to think about that type of stuff because it's a waste of time, especially when we have kids, you know. And I can understand that, but you know, one can always dream. You know, it's not. You can't just dispel the information because you need to make money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like one day everything can change, and you don't know why it changed, and you're gonna be lost, man, and confused and not knowing how to survive because you're just so used to being indoctrinated and basically being taken care of by the government. You know.
Yeah, bro.
So we're just trying to figure out, like, you know, like when we're advertising this, like what to talk about with people, like in different chat rooms and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, what y'all been talking about so far?
What's up, bro?
So what y'all been talking about so far?
We was touching up on the 5G earlier and stuff, and basically touching up on, you know, the show itself, the build, you know, just like what it's going to be used for, and how it's going to influence people, and what our purpose is on here, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man, because this is basically like the first, like I know we be doing this a lot, man. I figured like I'll start the live session tonight just to do it, you know. I'm not really caring about like the views or anything like that. It's just like just for us to get used to building on the live stream. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, you got the password, right?
The password to what?
To this YouTube channel?
No, I just joined off the Hangout on the link you just sent.
All right, well basically this channel, right? This is our channel, bro.
Oh, okay.
So basically, right, like if you want to go live or say you know how sometimes you be hitting us up, right?
Yeah.
And you be like, yo, anybody trying to chat?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, if you want to go on a live stream, all you do is sign into this account, and then you do it that way. But what I'm trying to do is get everybody on here now, so that way, everybody could just be on here now. So we could do the private chats and the live stream all in one place, so that we don't have to jump place to place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it's me, James, right?
Yeah, I know it.
I bet. Yeah, because I know I have the build thing on it. You see that, right? The little
Yeah, I know your voice.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this is cool right here, bro, because this is our little platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our little beacon. We could each promote this, you know, as our own because this is ours. You know.
Yeah.
I don't want no like Patreon, and I'm not looking for any of that stuff like Patreon, like or no donations or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't do that shit on the private stuff anyway. So why we need to do it here? You know?
Who all y'all had on here so far? Who I done missed?
You know, everybody came up on here except for my aunt. My aunt's busy with his lady. Josh was up on here. You know what I'm saying? Me and Shaq been on here holding down. David got to cut some hair real quick. He's gonna come right back. You know, basically the fellas, bro. That's
Okay.
us. You know what I'm saying? And through time, bro, we're gonna have other panelists come on and stuff. But you know, for right now, bro, this is us. You know what I'm saying? This is basically you, Shaq, my aunt, David, Josh, and myself, bro. We all got the password to this, so you can come stream and do whatever you want at any moment in time.
You just got to shoot me the password or whatever. I'll shoot something.
Yeah, I got you. I'll do that for you.
Yeah.
I'll do that for you. Shaq, do you need it too, or you got it written down?
I got it, and then it's the date, right?
Yep. So this is good, man, because this is gonna set stuff off for us, and you know, it's closer to helping more people. Because the information that we be giving, man, is crazy. So you know, instead of us talking amongst ourselves, we can share it with the public. You know.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
I mean, like some people don't like.
You talk some of the wrong shit, they go shut that motherfucker down anyway.
Fuck it, though, right? You might as well.
What dude told me to look up Vegan Warrior. They ain't even a channel no more, and they done shut him down.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he must have speaking some real shit. That was that was dude with a name, Flat Earth dude, Josh.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
He told me to subscribe to that channel. I went to look for it. Some bald head dude that be on there talking to her about Flat Earth. He said he a realist and all that, but he ain't got no channel no more.
That's crazy.
I don't know what's going on. But I was just in there arguing with my partner, the same one I told y'all about.
Yeah.
Man, they end up on YouTube looking at music videos and shit, right? Looking at these young niggas with the racks, and I'm like, man, you really letting this shit inspire you? This is what they doing to us. I said, we just sitting here looking at this, man. It's inspiring all of like, damn, look, man, this man come from the hood. Look, he's still in the hood. We're looking at niggas from Atlanta and shit. That was all of the, you know, Lil Baby and Rollo and all them boys like who coming from the hood and shit. Like that shit inspire him to see niggas from the hood with millions now, like stunting and shit like that. Like he just like want to live that lifestyle so bad. Like he could look at that shit and inspire that shit, and just like make it like a competition with everything, man. Like, well, this nigga that's doing this nigga that's doing this nigga. I'm like, man, look at what you doing. I'm just saying, really think. I said, really think. I said, who getting these folk this money, man? I said, who getting these folk $1 million? I said, you talking all this shit about, oh, like they did been so successful, they did this and they come from the hood. But look, these motherfuckers know they ain't got no mind with this money. I get a dumb motherfucking money all day. You don't know what to do with it. I said, look at what we doing with this money. Look how we spent. Look at what we doing right now. Yeah, we young. They know we young and stupid. So yeah, everybody want to be mean. He go argue and say, oh yeah, you working for the white man now. Oh, that's how you get paid, and that's how this. I say, I'm not killing my culture. I say, look at what these folks are doing to us, man. I say, look at this, man. Look at these little kids out here in these videos, man. They little teenagers and stuff like that, man. Look at this, man. The trend is steady going. I said, look at how we came up. This trend is steady going and rolling, man. You ain't gonna do what get rushed and rushed. This shit is cool for us to be in the hood. Talking about pulling chopper, pulling guns. That's all these boys talk about in these songs. I said, listen to these words, man. I said, listen to what we doing, man. That the bigger picture. I know it look good to have money. It look good for all that.
Man, I just want to share something real quick. I'm glad I'm on the computer because want to share something, bro. Like what you just mentioned, these teenagers out here. Look at this, man, and I'm gonna tell you, it disgusts me. What's this little boy's name? Xanax, yeah. No, Young CEO or something like that.
Yeah, man, little young nigga smoking blunts and shit. Rap.
I think this is it, right?
Baby CEO.
Baby CEO, right?
Yeah, he's from Atlanta too.
Yeah, this dude. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at how young he is.
Yeah.
Look at, oh my God.
I know all about it, man. I'm talking about smoking blunts bigger than me and you.
Wow.
And you see it, he got little videos and everything. You look at the video, it got a little young nigga right behind him, and like he got an armor behind him, something. Little young niggas, man.
Look at these views. 3,232,347 fucking views. Wow. Wow.
But the trend will steady go, man. You don't even see no basketball goals in the hood no more.
I ain't gonna watch this no more. That's crazy. When I seen that, bro, I saw that and I was just like, okay. So now you got these motherfuckers. You know what? This is why I get so mad. So mad at regular black people who watch BET all day and have nothing to do with like politics or who ain't getting paid off. They go sit there and represent and watch and just look at these views, right? And then the same people go out there and scream Black Lives Matter when a police officer shoots a quote unquote a black man. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, black. But listen, bro, you just okay. So if that little boy was like Indian, right? Let's say if he was Indian, right? And we knew that little Indian boy comes from Atlanta, Georgia, right? And we've seen a whole bunch of other Indian boys behind him. Now, if I'm coming from I don't know, let's say I'm coming from Jamaica, right, or any somewhere else, right, and I'm gonna go visit the Americas, right, and I see this video, and I see a young Indian boy doing this, right, holding up guns, smoking drugs and shit. What am I gonna think about all the adult Indians?
Make no sense, man.
What am I gonna think about all the adult Indians? I'm gonna think that they are savages because they're letting their children be like this. And then not only are they, yeah, that's just one kid, man. But how many kids is that one kid influencing? How many black kids is that one kid influencing? You know what I'm saying? How many black adults is that young kid influencing, saying, "Oh, I want my son to rap like that. I want my son to do his thing like that." You know what I'm saying?
You damn right. That's what we're talking about. I said, man. Yeah, look at everybody holding racks up to the ear and shit, and hold it all down their arm. That shit was just infatuating him, man. Look at that young nigga. What you talking? I said, man, come on, man. Look who give him this, man.
This is why I'm mad, though. This is why I'm mad at black people because now we got. See what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to get at with the whole Indian thing is just like, okay, white cops, right? Even though as programmed as they are, white cops petrified of black people because of what they do. Okay, not the color of their skin. They allow the youth to hold guns, smoke weed, you know what I'm saying, and do all this crazy stuff. Okay? And the reason why they're allowed to do it is because let me tell you something. When I was younger, right, I had a video that was supposed to be played on BET, right? And this ain't me being bitter. I'm just trying to make a point. Now, in the video, we had members of the Sopranos in the video. You go look this video up. It's called Baby Boo by 3 Down. You'll see me in that video, right? Now, in that video, we're gambling, throwing dice, and obviously the Sopranos are on the back. They're drinking and stuff, right? Now, it's supposed to be on BET. We went on, it was supposed to go on 106 in Park, right? Now, they didn't want to play the video, but they played it, and it got negative press because there was gambling and stuff, right? Now, look at today. You follow me?
Yeah, what you see.
You follow me? So what I'm trying to say is that back then, right? This was only in like 2000 and like the early 2000s, like. So back then, even back then, right? It wasn't having it. Like people shut it off right from the gate. Like, no, we're not doing this. Like, we're not putting this out on air. You know what I mean? So this is why I say like now, oh, what up, Josh? So this is why I say like right now, this is something that they're allowing. You feel me? Because they didn't allow my video to play because of the gambling, and the Sopranos was in there, and it was basically based off the Bronx Tale. That was the whole synopsis of the thing. Benny Boom shot it, actually. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even want to play. They didn't even want to play it. You know what I'm saying? Benny Boom was one of the most respectable directors in the hip hop industry, in the video industry, bro. He's one of the top dogs. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't even want to play it back then. You know what I'm saying? And now they got this dude, baby CEO, over there holding guns, smoking blunts, doing whatever they want in the video, bro. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I get mad at black people, because BET didn't want to play, Black Entertainment Television didn't want to play the video. Okay? And now they're over here complaining about, you know, cops killing. Dog, I'm trying to say something. To these people, man, and they instead of hearing me out, what they're gonna do is they're gonna be mad because I'm telling the truth. But at the end of the day, bro, they allow themselves to be feared. Okay, like ain't no cop. Like people go, oh, here they come again. I hate that when people be like, oh, here they come again, going profile me because I'm black. But then, bro. Are you serious?
But then we'll fit the same profile. You know, that's the thing about people. We always love to point the finger, but don't ever want to point that motherfucker in the mirror.
Right. Exactly. Because you motherfuckers are savages. Y'all out in Chicago killing each other left and right. You don't think that a cop's gonna think, nigga, this nigga don't care about his mom, his father, his brother, his cousin. He definitely don't care about me. And the reason why I say he don't care about his mother, because he's out there committing murders, know he can go to jail for life, okay? So he don't care about his kids because he knows he ain't going to be there. It's the same thing as dying, right?
And that's topical. You know, that's on the surface, though. But then when you think about it, we're all put in these positions. That is why he's out there, because he loved his mother. That is why he out, you know, it's two sides to everything. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I done been on both sides of the law. You know, I know what it's like.
Me too.
I didn't mean to assert it as if you didn't. You know?
I was in jail December of 2015, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
like that's
I already heard your little story, and I like it. I love your little story. You are exactly what the way you're going about this is the way everybody should be. Instead of keep messing up, you realize what you did. You know, I don't know. I fuck with you, bro. You know, I fuck with you guys tough. The truth. If you living in truth, I don't give a fuck. I fuck with you.
Well, yeah, because it's like here's the thing. It's like you could say they out there doing that shit because they love their mama, but it's just like if you really did, like
you wouldn't be doing it, bro. Like, you wouldn't be doing it at all because you know what? You can't. I can't have sympathy for somebody who can like only way I can have sympathy is if your mama gangbang. Or if your father
no, I understand. But what I meant by that was at the same time on the topical surface, you could say that there was out there like that for that. But you know what I mean? I understand it doesn't come out right. When I say that they was out there for their mom, of course they did. You know, it ain't for the respect of their mother. It ain't for.
Nah, they needed to eat. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I did my thing too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, and I figured y'all did. You know, I figured y'all got it, but I didn't want it. The way I said it was just real rough, and I didn't like the way it came out.
But it's weak though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Not what you said was weak. It's the act of being out there.
Yes. Yes.
That's weak as hell. You know what I'm saying?
To feel like we got to go back into the system just because it's there for us. Just because to fuck up is there, don't mean go fuck up. Exactly. Just because they want you to fuck up. Don't do what they want. We supposed to be rebelling. We supposed to be the opposite of what they want. We supposed to be Satan, the adversary.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like that I can't condone somebody, you know, they be making these videos, right? When the police stop them and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be the first person to whip out a cell phone if I get stopped by the police because I live in this world. Because I live in this world and it is the way it is, and people are gonna think that way. The cops don't know, like I kind of like fuck with them, you know what I'm saying? But like I don't fuck with them either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand, I can put myself in behind the badge and I can put myself in a do-rag, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
is it weird? Is it weird that I don't see them as nothing more than another gang member, another organized crime unit?
That's all they are. I mean, obviously, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's all they are. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they can only do what, like, all right, these videos prove it. Like, when they make these videos, they basically prove that, you know, cops aren't as powerful as it seems, and they only have as much power as you give them. Now, my thing is like when black people they start to, you know, wanting people to feel bad for it, but it's like they don't realize that like it's just human nature. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I'm a black cop and I'm gonna be scared of shit if I pull up to a black car, tinted windows, and I don't know if niggas got guns in there or not. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to me pulling over a bunch of beach boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way it is, bro, because it's what you see out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna front, bro. Like, you know, it is comfortable to have a gun on you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you face the reality of things, like, okay, who's a savage, who's not a savage? You know what I'm saying? Like, your life's on the line. You're not gonna really like have a favorite type. You're not gonna be like, you know, oh, I gotta look out for these people because they're my brothers. Like, no, you're gonna draw your weapon just as probably faster than the white boy next to you that has a badge too. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of what the people do. You know, if you hear only stories about, you know, when we pull over black people, they get out and they give us hugs. When you probably wouldn't even pull a black person over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is. When you're pulling a black person over or whatever, or they're profiling, they're trying to look for what? Drugs and guns. It's trying to get off the street. Now you can say, oh, that's stereotyping, man. You know, not all black people have drugs and guns. But guess what? If you're going to sit there and say, oh, the government brings it into the hoods, into the black communities, then that's obviously who the fuck has it. You know what I'm saying? And it's their job to get it. So, you know what I mean? They're just doing their job. You know, but like you said, Josh, you know, the law's out there to break it, but that doesn't mean you have to break it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I get frustrated, because it's just like they out there breaking the law every day, killing each other every day. You don't want to take responsibility. Yo, I got to put this thing on the charger before the stream messes up on you. Hold up.
Yeah, but, you know, I found a better way to word what I was saying. When I say he's out there for his mama or whatever, that's a young man way of thinking, an immature way of thinking. You know, like that's feeding into the area. Fool, hold on a second, man. I'm obviously talking. Excuse me. They push this. That just because they push it don't mean you got to do it. Neighborhood and society will tell you, oh, this what we do, this what blah blah blah. But you don't have to. Being mature means you was able to step away and look at it critically. Think about it critically.
Mm.
That's why I say that's just a young man way of looking at it, saying that I'm out here for my mom, I'm out here for my family, I'm out here, but you really ain't. You out there for silliness.
Facts. That's like when your mans come home, right? You give him a pack, and you're like, oh yeah, look, I love my brother. Look, I'm gonna give him a half brick, bro. Let him come up and stuff. You just did all this time, right? But what you're really doing is setting him up for failure, because he can get pulled over,
Yep.
and then go to jail, back to jail forever, or
From that little woo woo. Yep.
make the wrong sale to the wrong person, get robbed, die. You know.
Yep.
And then how you
So
gonna
you
feel?
ain't helping your brother. What you would really do to help your brother is to set him up in a way to make money, to set him up in a way to use his own goods to better himself and the area around him in a way that doesn't have that danger, that detrimental effect. I feel you. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And it's like, that's why I like this place called the Build, man, because like, yo, I was watching the Sonetta stuff, right, the other day, and they was all like setting, like a studio setting.
I thought I was talking the whole while, man, but I wasn't saying nothing. I ain't know I was muted. But one thing about it, man, if that's all you know, that's a blessing to you. Now, that's all you know is the hustle. So a nigga basically would have free. Oh, that's a blessing. Now, that's all you know. What else they gonna give you? Because you don't know nothing there. So you gonna feel like that's a blessing. If he don't do it, if your homeboy got it, and he don't bless you, you gonna feel like that's a problem. You like something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's the way a nigga thinking of a blessing. You give me this, you give me that, and that's all they know. In the streets, people trapped into that lifestyle. So what I'm saying with the rappers, so they put flame to the fire. Because some people are thugs for real. Some people kill for real because it's that lifestyle they live. Most people want to be. Most people just listen to this shit and want to live that lifestyle.
Yo,
Exactly.
I know people personally right now.
Real with that shit, and they got no choice. They live in poverty, they ain't got no choice. But they got you know, but
True.
If they put you on to promote all that.
Well, yeah, the police department and hip hop, they all work together.
Oh, you breaking up real bad, my brother.
So yeah, bro, what I was gonna say was like the police department and the hip hop artists, they all work together, bro. You know, that's what you say about the rappers making a verse. That's because they're police officers. They're agents, you know, federal agents, FBI. You know what I'm saying?
Agent. Exactly. Look, they did. Man, what? First off, I want y'all to look at this moon real quick. All right, hold up. Let's fix this motherfucker where we at. Yeah, there we go. All right, y'all see that moon?
Yeah.
See it.
In order for the moon right there to be lit by a sun, it would have to be coming from that, about a 2 o'clock angle, right?
Yeah.
How come I'm at sunset?
Well, because according to the globe model, bro, like that the sun really ain't up under you, bro. It's like they say it's 93 million miles away, bro. So because according to where we are on the earth, relatively, yeah, it looked like the sun going down. It's not. It's just that the earth is rotating.
Can you see if someone was on a mountain 400 miles away, would you be able to see them with a spotlight?
4,000?
No, just 400. Would you be able to see them shining a spotlight at you?
Well, I'm not going to get into the semantics because I was about to say, well, how strong is the spotlight? But all semantics,
it's the strongest spotlight you ever seen.
All semantics excluded. It's like, well, globe heads, how they say it's globe heads, how they say it works is like, well, the higher up you go, the more you can see over the curve or some shit like that.
Yeah, I heard this shit where they said they see the sunrise every 40 minutes on the ISS.
Wait, how the fuck do you see the sun rise in outer space though?
Huh. Just let them keep telling you stories. That's how.
Yeah, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to see the sun 24/7? How the hell do you see a sunrise when you're in space?
They'll tell you that they see eclipses. They see all kind of shit on the ISS that we don't get to see down here. They claim they're seeing it from a fourth perspective.
Well,
A third person.
to me. Like, I mean, I know I'm on the fence. A lot of people know I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Yep. That's what they say though. Same with the little vacuum suit. So it takes 2 minutes for a person to have permanent damage at a full vacuum. The only footage of a person in a vacuum chamber is 1 minute.
It looks like the same thing out here, bro.
Yeah, well, I knew it's going to. I'm just saying how you got the if I wish it would have actually had the sun at while the sun was out, because you would see that my sun is not at an angle that would illuminate the moon at that angle, like all day. Even when my sun is at sunset, or at sunrise, it's actually going under the path that I see the moon, because it's wintertime. It's after the solstice. These are the shortest days of the year. They're gradually getting longer now.
Yeah, bro, like my sun is somewhere over there in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got
I
the
could have
moon
seen,
all
yeah.
way up there,
Yeah,
bro.
you got the same shit I got. All right, so where are you at? You in Phoenix. So you got the same, we ain't that far away. We definitely still in the same time zone, huh?
Yeah, we in the same time. Well, not really the same time zone, but we in the same area, bro. Relatively.
Yeah, because you said Phoenix. I remember I drove through there. I drove to Memphis, and it's 24-hour drive. It took 2 days going to, but my baby got sick, so I had to emergency run over here. I got over here in 24 hours and 39 minutes. So like I was driving and I seen the sun come up and sun come down and come back up, and facing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen it come up behind me and go down and come up again. And through that's when I really became a big flat earther though. It's like, well, not even what you would call, I'm like you, I'm slick on the fence. But if it really ruffles feathers like that, oh, I'm going all the way. I'm flat earther. But like when it comes down to my own facts, like I'm on the fence about everything, except the fact that I believe we're a slave colony that's stuck on this plane. That's it. That's the only thing I'm gonna stick to is fact. That we is
Well, yeah,
definitely
the thing
we're a
that gets
slave
me
colony.
is like the thing that gets me is just like you can't see the fucking curve.
Nah, but
Like that's what always
I
gets
ain't
me
even too
because
much. I know
I've
that
been
where
on
we
hella
at
planes, you know, like I've been
has,
on hella flights and I never see a fucking curve
You
at
also
any height.
you said it was a
it's got
global
mountains
everything.
and valleys. So for a person to just flat out say either one is wrong, in my opinion, it's neither flat nor round. It's got to be a combination of both in the sense of it's something you can't explain. Otherwise, it would have been explained simply long ago, unless it is exactly as our brother Martin Kinney shows us. And it's the cosmic egg, which makes the most sense anyways.
Well, it's just like that's just like getting into semantics though, because it's just like what people mean like by flat earth. It's just like just look at the horizon. The horizon's always
Yeah.
flat, you know?
Well, everything is shit. The water, the ocean is. If you take into account that the ocean has waves, that take that out of the equation, that shit's flat, because you can use a periscope. You can't use a periscope around something that, how can you see around a corner?
Yeah, you can't.
I seen a picture. I seen a person. They got this there about 10 years ago. I watched this thing about people who were trying to learn how to look around corners and shit, and they figured out how to take a picture of around the corner of a single photon. Like they can't get back the whole picture, but they can get a single photon back. If that makes sense.
Photons are supposed to be like fucking
A particle.
micro,
Yeah,
like a
particle.
micro thing. Like you can't even be able to see it. So I don't know
Yeah,
how that
exactly.
does.
Oh, they got a film. You know, they got a special film required for this. This is not digital. This was done on something analog. And they had some way of measuring that shit, man. I don't know. I didn't do this shit. I'm just telling you what I've seen them do.
Yeah.
It I, I'm just saying you can't see around corners. The only way they've gotten able to do that is like a single fucking photon. Therefore, how does a periscope clearly see something that's 200, 700 miles away? And also, shit, our sister, we have a sister that we just found out about recently who was in the Navy, and she fucking was like, we go out at sea and we gotta have a grip of motherfuckers with us, and there's fires all the time, there's trouble all the time. It ain't just like cool. You can't just have 6 people in the ISS and that motherfucker be running. Like even though it's real tiny, you still got to have a grip of people. They'll tell you that it's remote from here, that they control most of this shit, but I don't see how that work if all right, they can't go back to the moon. They already said they can't. All right, well, if the moon technology was equivalent to the very first cell phones compared to our smartphones and shit, like, you get what I'm saying? Y'all, I don't know if y'all can follow where I'm going. I'm pretty fucking stoned right now, but like, I'm just saying that I don't see how they, I don't know. I don't see how they're able to remotely control something if they've lost all that technology, for one, and had to come up with some new shit. And it's still run off analog shit, because if you look up some of the names of some of this shit, like a deplexer multiplexer, or a demultiplexer multiplexer, that's an analog fucking piece. Like that's that's a series of wheels and gears set together to do some sort of automated process. I used to think it was a joke. I used to think that was like they were making up words. Like I was watching, he's like, all right, change the deplexer multiplexer or whatever, and I thought I died. I about fell out of my chair. I was like, I thought it was a joke. And you know, it's a real thing. I started looking up some of it. I look up everything. Anything I can look up, I'm gonna look it up. And shit. Another thing was man, what the fuck I finna say? I sure had that shit on the tip of my tongue. It's off subject. It's about something we were talking about earlier. It don't even matter. You brothers build. I'm sorry for rambling on incoherently.
Well, it's like they say they lost the fucking technology, but does that really mean they lost it? Or is that just something they told us, you know?
Well, obviously.
Because like for all we
Hold on
know,
a second, baby. Hold on a second, baby. Hold on a second, baby.
because like for all we know, if like the glow model is real, like it's what 2017. I already know they got some if you like probably all the way out of the galaxy.
I think it's clearly an excuse. You know, how can you have lost the technology to do something like that? May say we lost all the technology to go to the moon, like not just a piece of it. They lost all of it and the logs and all this shit.
Well, yeah, I mean it's like when they went to the moon, like what was it, the 60s? And if you look at a lot of if you look at a lot of airplanes, a lot of commercial airplanes, bro, like we're still using planes that are from the goddamn 60s. So it's just like so a
Hey,
plane
you
from
ain't seen
work but a
y'all ain't
rocket.
seen that video of the motherfucker from NASA talking to Roberto. I forget the name, Robert. Somebody, if anybody listening in the chat that's know about this shit, they know who I'm talking about. His name was Veritas, Planete Veritas, and he's a not a mechanical engineer. He's past that. This man does robotics. He goes to one of the best schools in America for robotics, and he's into this shit, and he had to quiet down, I believe, because it was gonna mess with his field of work. But he got NASA to admit by talking to one of their engineers who does the same thing he does, basically. And he was just openly talking because they both share the same interest in shit over the phone. Man, he basically said that the Sophia project, which is supposed to be an inner space, like it's in space telescope, is actually just a modified 747 with a telescope on top of it. And they said this isn't like words made up, you know, in fantasy land. This is like a NASA motherfucker, like, not realizing that a flat earther is asking him what's going on because the guy's asking the questions in such a way that he thinks it's about something else.
Well, it's like just look at what they named it, because I mean, you know about Gnosticism just like I do,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Yeah, it's just like just look at what they named it, bro. The Sophia Project, dog.
Did you know my brother Dredd didn't know about Gnosticism? Like he didn't know the story of the demiurge, and like I love that
He
shit.
didn't
I
know
think it's
that, bro?
awesome to be able to shed light onto shit for people that they didn't know, who already onto some shit. Like they're already onto some shit, and then you hit them with that, and they're like, "Oh shit, really?"
Yeah, bro. Like the thing with Gnosticism, like this is the thing like that Jesus was fucking talking about, and Christians totally miss it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they forget like
No, they
Jesus
don't
wanted
forget.
God. Like
They
he
tell you
started
it's
begging.
witchcraft.
Yeah, like Jesus started begging, like he started begging God before he got crucified. He started begging God like, please, 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 is there any other way? Like I don't want to
Hmm.
die and shit like that. People forget
And
that.
that seems to skip over people for some reason. And that's in all versions of the Bible. That's not even cut out of none of them.
Yeah,
Though, I don't know. I think that the whole thing is clearly supposed to be astro-theological. And we take it as literary. Or I'm sorry, we take it as literal when there's literary.
yeah. It,
Hell, they talk about yoga and the books as well, but people just didn't understand what it was speaking about, basically. Like, if you know about some shit, I heard that they speak about all sorts of shit, all the Eastern knowledge, all that shit.
well, yeah, I mean the Bible. I mean, just when you look at the Bible, everything that's in it, it's just a bunch of stolen fucking concepts from
Yep.
all the ancient cultures, man.
Which clearly, I don't know if anybody obviously knows it was stolen. It was something stolen from somebody who stole something else from somebody who stole something from somebody else. Like that had constantly been happening. We're trying to reach it back to its roots of its roots, the roots of the roots. And it gets hard, man. A lot of that shit been destroyed. So a lot of it becomes like you run into dead ends and shit. Like Brother Sanchez, basically the earliest we can find is Nuwa. You know, there's some earlier ones. There's what they call the Kananga, doing that hands up, legs down, spread. You know, the little Beyonce shit. And I don't know, man. I think
Well,
it's
it's
all
just
been
like
stolen
the thing
and
about
bastardized.
the thing about the ancient knowledge. It's like the best the best we have of it now is just word to mouth, bro. Like, because if there was any books, like those books been destroyed.
Oh yeah,
If they did do any
yeah.
books, and it's just like this point,
I was talking to Titan. We were talking with Titan about kind of secrecy and shit, and like he was saying that, asking if we don't think there's some of these real shit left over. Hell no, I don't think none of this real shit from history's left over. It's all been destroyed. Shit,
yeah, exactly.
if you a sneaky motherfucker, and you don't want your girl to find out what you doing, everything gets deleted and nothing's there, and everything is open. I'm just saying, like that's a shitty way to put it, but that's real
Oh, that's
shit. Like It's
a
all
perfect
been
example,
deleted,
bro.
so there's no evidence, nothing left over. Only thing is left is a story.
Exactly. Yeah, just word to mouth. Just what everybody
Shit.
else saw.
Those who know, yup, from lip to ear. What they call it for those with eyes to see and ears to listen. Initiated.
You guys, I
Hello.
got
Yo,
some, I just got some information. My older sister um, gave me some information. She's actually viewing right now
Hmm.
on what we was touching on earlier. And I hate to go off. I'm sorry to go off topic, but
You couldn't.
this just blew me away because I see these everywhere. This is what I was
Hmm.
talking about when I was telling you what I was seeing all over my city when I'm driving the cab.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. This is serious. Can you see the screen?
yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here.
All right.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Residents say they were never told that it was happening. They keep telling what's happening with there. The view from Denise Tufano's Woodbury home abruptly changed last month, towering on the front
You see that?
lawn. A
Yeah.
self-made
I never seen that before.
These are all over my city right now. Everywhere.
How could they do this to us? She and Woodbury neighbors fuming over the placement of 22 cell repeaters for Verizon in front of homes on.
This is how they're going to. This is 5G. Now, cell phone towers like the ones Brother David showed us earlier. Okay, those are the original ones. This is 5G. This is how they are going to get coverage basically almost everywhere, faster coverage. And it's basically just a whole bunch of small towers, like miniature towers surrounding the areas. And it's close, obviously, enough to cause damage.
Technically public property without notice or compensation.
You couldn't give me $10 million for this, okay? There are potential health risks to these. They are aesthetically not pleasing. There's also.
See how low it is? Look at that tree. See that tree?
Yeah.
It's to test. It's to test to see if it's gonna kill that tree. It's to
It's
see
not
if
the
it's gonna.
test, bro. These things are everywhere. They're not just near the tree. What I'm saying is, I'm
No, I
talking
believe.
about
I'm
look in
saying
relation
they
to the
tested
height.
on everything by putting it everywhere, right or wrong.
Yeah, you're
Try,
right. But what I'm saying is like,
you
but
know,
look in relation to the
guinea.
height of the tree. Now, what I'm saying is, fuck the tree. What about the humans? Now, that's what I'm talking about in relation to the height of the tree. This isn't very far away from the ground. Okay. Now, imagine all the people that's going to be walking by or running, doing their daily runs, or even driving by. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I bet it's a traffic light there.
Now, these things are all over my city, bro. They're everywhere, you know? And this is now they're starting to come up with 5G is when these things start popping up.
5G technology promises faster service, but the jury is out on constant exposure to its radio frequency radiation. Technology promises faster service, but the jury is out on constant exposure to its radio frequency radiation.
Your cell phone you use, you put down. Microwave you use, you stop. This is constant bombardment. And we don't know what is the long term.
Look at that shit. The radio frequency RF emissions at this site have been evaluated for potential RF exposure to personnel who may need to work near these antennae. RF exposure at 4 feet or closer to the face of the antenna may exceed the FCC public exposure standard. Thus, only qualified RF workers may work in this 4-foot exclusion zone. So why Are they making it this is what's in back of those of what we saw here. You know? Incredible. And I had to stop and like talk about it because, bro, these are our babies, this is our people. You know what I'm saying? This is I want to ask, has anyone seen these things in the city? Have you seen any things around there, Justin, in Atlanta?
No, I ain't from Atlanta. I'm from Georgia, but I ain't seen them.
Have you seen any of those things?
I ain't seen them.
How about you, Josh?
Nah, I tell you, I ain't seen that type technology, but I ain't been in no real city in a minute. I'm in the boonies, like I'm in a mountain town, a little town of only like 27,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing yet. I'll keep my eyes looked out though.
Well, what I'm gonna do right tomorrow is I'm gonna take pictures of every single one that I see, and I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, man. And I'm gonna show you how strategically they place these things. Now, these things are like every like 3 or 4 blocks, bro. You know, and from what I remember working with these things, you know, it just showed you. You know, I mean, it just tells you outright. You know, the RF emission is crazy, bro. So I think the best thing for people to do is just give up like the smartphone. You know what I mean?
We should be giving up phones in general, bro.
Yeah, but in this day and age,
Who
like how
can, you know?
realistic would that be in terms of, you know, needing one for an emergency, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's just they got us it's really it's
trap.
really like it's really just a struggle now because they've got us so indoctrinated that we just it's like you can't live with a phone, but you can't live without a phone either.
So yeah, man. What I'm trying to do, right, is figure out what the deal is with this 5G, because if the video, right, it says let me see, where's that? The title is Cell Phone Towers, 5G Verizon, Illuminati Takeover, Freemason Media Color Codes. Now, I'm trying to see what that's all about. Does that resonate with anybody?
What the whole color codes thing?
Yeah, what they're talking about. Like this video, I haven't really got into it, right? Because she just gave it to me. I just saw it. Um, but I didn't want to like really go into, you know what I mean, like watch it right now with everyone because I know we're building. But I just wanted to ask if that resonated with anyone.
Nah, I have no clue what they mean by color codes.
Yeah, because this is important because this is a new technology coming out. This is like, you know what I'm saying, this is right now. So this is new information. I figured we might want to touch on it, try to figure out what this is all about.
Well, it's like we know what it's about. We know it's to cause health issues and whatnot. I mean, it's quite blatant.
Right, yeah.
Heights residents met at Howe Marcus Gallery to discuss their options. Some have sent letters to the city's planning commission to ask for another area to be chosen for that tower. The city's...
This is crazy, bro, because like you guys that live in the country, right? How are you getting like what are the companies out there that is mainly like holding it down? Like the main companies that you need for
that's
for
what
service.
I got.
Verizon?
Yeah, like all of their like we don't really see any out here because like all of their towers are like in the fucking mountains and shit on top of them.
You say yours Verizon. How about you, Josh? You got, was it like Verizon is like the best out there?
We got Spectrum for internet, and for like phones and shit, it's Boost, Verizon, AT&T, all of them.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so like, we got all new towers because we right by the military base, so it's try to be like a big city over by the military base and shit like that. So it's everything. Even a little Walmart just to suck all the life out of the area.
That's deep. Walmart, man. I don't know. What do you think about this? So they was talking about the whole martial law thing coming into effect pretty soon, and people are starting to get a little scared.
It's just, I think it's just fear mongering, bro. Like it's not gonna happen, bro. There's gonna be too many people that fight back.
Exactly.
Did you know that Walmart was a military? It's like got military ties. Like that, if you are a person that orders for the entire store, then there are codes for you to put in, and you'll be like, "Damn, it says Tomahawk missile, $1 million."
Well, they say like Walmart's also got like underground tunnels and shit like that.
Oh yeah, going
Believe
from
it or not, but I believe I
Walmart.
hear them digging all the time up under the ground with them big booms because I feel them up under the ground. It's like a boom in the middle of the night while we all sleep, or supposed to be. Okay, y'all just gonna be quiet now.
Nah, I thought you keep going, brother.
Oh, okay. Shit, I'm making motherfucking mac and cheese. Listen. Making the mac and cheese, some broccoli, and corn on the cob. Some GMO goodness for everybody.
You vegan, bro?
What you said?
You eat meat?
I used to. We don't know more. We quit eating meat like 3 years ago.
Word. Ayo, I don't eat meat either, cuz.
But I grew up pretty much not liking meat because where I'm from, everything is bacon flavor because I'm from the South and shit.
Can you turn on the light in the bathroom for me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the next thing I'm gonna start working on, man. My goddamn, it's just hard to get away from that shit because your brain's so programmed what you go eat when you're hungry. Your brain already programmed what you like and what you don't like.
Oh yeah.
So shit, this goddamn gonna
But
be
y'all
hard.
know, let me tell y'all something. You know how the Latinos have lived for so long through the conquering and the destruction and all that? I know exactly how they survived. Beans and rice. Beans and rice, you can survive forever. Beans, rice, and water. It's a complete protein, the same essential proteins found in mother's milk. The combination of the two.
That's real shit right there.
what's the one thing they took from them people? If they took nothing else, what did they take from them people? Beans and rice. Though I believe the rice was brought by the Portuguese. I do believe that the Spanish had rice before they come over here, but they didn't have beans. They didn't have legumes. Legumes.
Yeah, they didn't have the rice. The rice
The
originally
rice
started.
come from the Portuguese. Spanish already had rice. I'm telling you, before they come over here, they already had rice. They didn't have beans. They didn't have quinoa. They didn't have none of that good stuff they picked up over here that they held on to for years. Shit, we ain't heard of quinoa up until recently. You know, quinoa got more meat, more protein than beans, more protein than anything. Lentils, all that shit. Quinoa got more. And it's good for you. It's got omega fats and all kind of shit. It's actually a smart food.
Yeah, I'm about to go get that, man. I be eating a lot of peppers. The yellow, orange, green, red peppers, a lot of onions, garlic. Man, I'm big on onions and garlic. Uh, broccoli, asparagus. But yo, they say broccoli isn't even real, bro.
Broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower, they all in the same family and they're all real good. I don't know if y'all fuck with Brussels sprouts, but I fuck with them too.
Yeah, yeah, I like Brussels sprouts. They bomb. I eat a lot of sweet potato also. Sweet potato.
Definitely. My girlfriend was wanting to make pumpkin pie this year, but she ain't we couldn't find a pumpkin. So she ended up making sweet potato cheesecake. So like a sweet potato pie on top of a cheesecake. And that shit was so fire.
Yo, what y'all take on Dr. Sebi and his list of foods?
I ain't heard about that. So
All the Latinos I worked with, they didn't know nothing about no sweet potato pie. They thought it was just some silly shit, like it was a joke. And I was like, hell no, sweet potato pie is fire. Where I'm from, that's what everybody grandmama and shit make is sweet potato pie.
Mm-hmm. Yo, man, people don't understand how important it is for a healthy diet, man. If you're trying to like open up your pineal gland, like that's one of the main things you need to do is get right with the diet. That's
their number one? That's the first thing attack. The first thing they attack.
Yeah. Was that like one of the was that like a motivation for you to open your pineal gland?
Not at all. Yeah. My motivation was that I realized, I don't know what it was, but one day empathy hit me and it realized all the unnecessary death that was happening through the eating the meat. Mm. And it started grossing me out. Shit like chitlins, you know, tripas, as they call the stomach lining in Spanish, all that old bullshit. I don't fuck with that shit. I never have, even as a child. I can't get in with that shit. No guts.
Yeah, man, it's important. I just really got on how important it is about what we inject into our body, how it make our body feel, just like drugs or anything else we put into our body. If we ain't got the right shit going to our body, our body ain't gonna operate like it's supposed to operate. It's always fighting against disease and fighting against everything else because our body doing what it's supposed to do. Then it just get weak. Fighting.
Hell yeah, that's what I was finna say. It ain't that it's not doing it, it's that they've overloaded it. Bro, y'all gotta look into trisodium phosphate detox. It's a damn hardware store cleaner that you put a little bit of it in your fucking bath water and you'll see fucking pieces of metal floating across your bath water and it'll make little wires come out of your skin. After you've been doing it long enough, it'll start pulling that shit out of your body.
Wow. What is this, bro? I gotta write that down because I want to do that.
Trisodium phosphate detox. TSP. Okay. TSP detox.
Hold up, let me write that down. TSP detox. I'll get it in my notes. TSP detox.
I love how we all getting on the same wavelength because I sure would think about keeping notes.
Oh yeah, man. That's what you got. We got to do that, man. You know, like David. When he was on we was building yesterday. I think he was on with us, Josh, yesterday. When we was talking about the yeah, you definitely was about the Bluetooth basketball. I got cut off and my phone died. I went back home and researched that junk, man.
That was today, beloved. I thought.
No. We was talking about it yesterday too. But yeah, I went back and did some research on it, man, and it was crazy, bro. And I had to, you know what I mean? Like, so taking notes is definitely important, man. I do it a lot. I have to because I can't remember everything sometimes.
Yeah, man, because when you learn so much on one thing, you graduate to the next subject, you concentrate on that so much. Everything else you go forget. Elementary stuff. You go forget.
There's so much information. It was like I stumble on my words, man. I got so much that I want to say. I think faster than I talk. That's the reason why I stumble. And I have so much stuff that I've studied over the years that I can't. I have to literally, really sit there and think. Doesn't come right out off the top. Like it's supposed to. It doesn't flow like that. I have to really dig deep because I'm just sitting back, just researching a whole bunch of different things, like going to a whole types of different realms of paranoia. Paranormal. You know what I'm saying? Like, just history itself. It's just so much to take in that it's almost impossible to remember every detail. But we all stoners too, so that's another aspect of it.
I'm doing that right now. Hey man, let's talk about something. Let's talk about something we ain't never talk about. Talk about some law. Let's talk about that law. Anybody familiar with the law?
Please. I love it. I hate it and love it.
Man, if everybody understand what's going on in the law system, there'll be a total another different thing. That's another way they got us trapped. No knowledge of the law, the codes and everything, the way they speak, how we set ourselves up for a trap. We sign this and sign that. Now the Moors put me up on a lot of that shit back in the day. I ain't never damn did none of that shit. Don't try like half the shit they talk about. But as far as like the laws and our rights and our statutes and stuff like that, and different types of law, maritime law, about really what's going on.
I heard that it don't cost but a few $100s to file the paperwork to be exempt from tax.
Man, shit. You're a free man. You don't owe nobody nothing because taxes and you ain't doing nothing but how you gonna be a such thing as taxes? And you already pay. The system is crazy, man. You really think about the system, about
it's voluntary, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's a voluntary service.
Yeah, all that stuff is voluntary service until you sign a contract and bonding yourself to it. Once you bind yourself to it, and then like all that shit about artificial person and the stick man and all that shit true, man. About the court system, man. About how you put your
stick man looking at.
Yeah, man. They ain't trying you. They trying to artificial you. But you ain't no person. How they spell your name and all that shit. That man, you kind of been through a lot of that court shit. A lot of that shit. So I can speak on that kind of shit like that, knowing what's going on, how they treat you. About the Mason system.
That's what we all supposed to remake our birth certificate to be a certificate of a natural birth or natural living human.
Yeah. I never did all that, man. I never really got deep into it to see what to do that. But it'll be a lot of bullshit going along with it, I know. You won't no longer be an American citizen, I guess, huh? However that shit go. You like getting to change your name and all that shit. You ain't got to do all that, do you? Anybody else?
What?
Everybody disappeared.
Now I got 5 kids, so I'm like all over this bitch.
Oh.
But I'm outside now. Dinner's all set, all good. Mama's in the house with them, all gravy, baby.
I was talking about some. Do you have to change your
All
name
right,
when you
so
do all
what's up
that?
with the Moors? Let me get sorry for derailing a little bit. You said something about you learned from the Moors. I
No,
thought the
I ain't say
Moors
I
was
learned
a
from them more.
group
I
of
just said that
people.
I studied from them a while back about the law.
Okay,
But
I thought that the Moors was no longer. So the only thing that's around nowadays is this group of black conscious folks that claim to be Moors.
I don't know. I ain't been into it that bad. I on time knew about the Moors is like when I did the call. I ran up on it with the Kemet studies. You know about they trying to say the Moors set up Italy, set up all the countries, and about how we taught
Yeah,
everybody all the knowledge and stuff like that. You know, I was into that
supposedly,
a while back.
supposedly.
Yeah, I'm saying about Noble Drew Ali and all that shit. And then I found out about they was down with the government and the agents and shit too. Marcus
That what I'm
Garvey.
finna say though. That exactly what I'm finna say.
Yeah,
I heard
Marcus
that where
Garvey.
the Shriner shit come from.
Yeah.
That's where, man, a bunch of that shit, and that was a group of folks walking through Europe, black
Mm-hmm.
folks, not slaves, and that goes to show you that the narrative, just that alone, should show you that the narrative that they gave us is not the truth. Black
Mm-hmm.
people ain't slaves. Black people were sold into slavery by black people, just like white people were sold into slavery by white people. All Asians were sold into slavery by Asian people, and yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, they
Sorry,
still
there's a
getting
weird ass
sold
dog
out,
up in
bro.
my yard and it kind of scared me, so
It's,
I got scared and barked at it.
they still getting sold out, bro, every day through the hip hop, like because the rappers work with the police, like we said. So basically, like if you know that you're an influence to the black community, and then you're promoting going to jail and selling drugs and calling women B words and you know what I'm saying, just being totally disrespectful to your community,
Mm-hmm.
you're basically selling out because you're choosing to um, you're choosing to influence the youth to become a part of the system and be a statistic. I'm saying,
Did
which
y'all hear? I don't know if y'all heard about OG Boo Dirty? He from my city. OG Boo Dirty and Akon, what they did in Africa.
nah, what happened?
They brought electricity to 100 million, electricity and clean water to 100 million Africans.
When did they
Look it
do
up.
that?
Look it up.
I'm about to do it right now.
Shit, 3-4 years ago. Tell me why the only reason you heard about it is one of them DJ Vlad interviews. Akon was talking about shit that they didn't want people to know that they've done with their money. You know what I mean? And like
Why
that shit
wouldn't
was
he
like,
know that though?
what you say?
Why wouldn't he want people to know that though? Think about it.
Or it may not have been 100 million people. It was that he put $100 million. Whatever it is, 100 million is somewhere in the equation.
But bro, why wouldn't he like act like I mean,
Because I don't know if you ever knew much about that Akon cat, but he ain't never been one that you heard about. He's
what do you
smart.
mean?
He ain't never been one out in the spotlight like that.
Oh nah, he really does come from Africa. Like that he really used to be
He
broke.
come
Yeah.
from Africa and he come from the gutter. He
Oh
one
yeah.
of the few motherfuckers out here that'll really fucking do some shit if you pull some shit on him.
Oh yeah.
He with that real shit. He did lots of time in jail over violent crime. And fucked around and got a lot of money and used his intelligence and fucked around and did some shit.
Mm.
I like it. I think it's kind of cool, even though it's probably bullshit somewhere inside that story.
But where
I
was you
like
going with that? Where was you going with it?
my brother. That's shit you don't hear about. There's these rappers, you know, they put on. I want to say I heard you talking about, you know, shit that you hear these rappers doing with, you know, what they could do with their money.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, shit. Look at a motherfucker like Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane made bank before and when he went in jail. This man had assets, bro. If the IRS was to come foreclose on him for like 25 million, that man would be able to give them 25 million in assets and still have real estate and more assets. He all right, with that being said, Imagine if these folks took that amount of money, networked up, and did some shit. Just did one good thing. Just one good thing. Clean water to the world, for instance.
They can't, man.
I don't.
They can't.
You
They why they up under
exactly. I'm
oath.
glad you're following what I'm saying. Exactly what the fuck I was finna say. Exactly. It don't work like that. If I hit this Powerball, this 337 million, if I hit that bitch and lump summed out to 100 and something million or whatever the lump sum ends up being, they will fuck me up, y'all. You know
Oh,
this.
yeah,
You
you're
guys
gonna
know. You guys know I would be done. I would be done for. Because I'd be using that money for some shit that's gonna benefit everyone. I'm too Ubuntu for that money to devour me like it would everybody else. I'm finna embrace everyone with that blessing.
They got laws and shit set up for a motherfucker like you. You know that, right?
Exactly. They ready for me. They finna fuck me up, take all that little money and my life, if not more.
They'll come up with some kind of law and a tax system that you don't know nothing about.
Think about what you're doing when you do that, though. You said you're giving clean water and food to people. Okay, so what is it? What's the main thing that we pay for every day that's supposed to be free to us that Mother Nature said that we could be provided with? Exactly.
Food and water, shit. They don't want got us eating what we eating.
Exactly.
Like you said, we supposed to eat off the land. If the land is, if you born into this world with nothing, and you don't see nothing,
that's how it's supposed to be too. That's how it's supposed to be the whole time and leave.
Exactly.
You ain't supposed to have these things.
That's one of the biggest secret, and that's what's keeping them in control. So once you got somebody that's trying to give away free, that's why. Listen, didn't you hear about the stories about a couple of years about the church people that got arrested for giving away free food in Florida?
No, but you know, my brother, that make perfect sense. You heard what I asked my brother the other day when they was talking about churches and tidings and all that. I asked Science Academy, how come he from Tennessee, where I'm from, where I come from, and I said, you ain't never seen now one of these big ass, huge $2-3 million income churches, tax free. Put that shit on a community garden and feed the area around them. Ain't no one seen that. You know, I've seen that before. You know where I seen that at?
What's up?
I seen that in Minnesota, St. Paul, Minnesota. There's a little tiny Asian group that got saved from over in the Himalayas called the Hmong people, Hmong, Hmong. And they got community gardens for their community. They put them in Minnesota because that's the same climate that they come from, basically. And this group of people have brought vegetables that's only in their area of China, that the Chinese came through and they got extradited as for some reason they brought them over here. Instead of letting them get eradicated, they brought these people over here. And it wasn't nothing. And when I say they brought these people, they brought an entire group of people that only numbered 15,000. Like, that's their whole group. That's every human that speak Hmong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all live this shit just like I live this shit. But like, that shit is insanity to me that they chose these people. But on the other hand, have murdered out how many? How many languages have the American government murdered out? Not just foreign, I mean domestic.
You gotta think about it, man, how this process happened. If we indigenous to this land, people that was already over here, whatever, when they come over here,
that's what I'm saying.
If they take you away from your mother tongue, that's just like your mother tongue, your mama the one train you on how you gonna talk and what you gonna do. So I mean, if they take you away and take the children away and mixing them up, put them here and put them there, eventually you go talk the way they talk, you go do everything the way they want you to do it, because you gotta, when you a child, you got a free mind. You got an open mind to everything on how you go interpret it. So everything had to be taught to us. So if we don't took away from our parents, we ain't got no more our culture, we ain't got no more nothing that we got their culture now.
Yeah, but even as adults too, we pick up like I know adults who moved from like Texas to the
East y'all, Coast. I just seen something pass in front of the moon. For the first time in my life, I seen an airplane go in front of the moon. Excuse me. Continue building, my brother. I'm so sorry for interrupting.
No, I forgot what I was saying, bro.
Oh, I'm a dick face, bro. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Not really. That's some rude ass shit. I gotta control myself on that shit. I be doing it too much.
No, I do it too. It's because you're excited. That's all.
I love that shit.
I
That
do it
shit was
sometimes.
wild.
I be I forgot.
And I seen the lights too. Like, how they got the little flashing lights? Well, I'm like, a little bit from where they gonna land at. So they got the different little the real fast pattern on the little lights. So when it went over, bro, I seen the lights over the moonlight. It was actually kind of interesting. I'm curious how, the moonlight is so alluring, bro. Like the moonlight is so different, man. Like, I used to grow mushrooms, and the mushrooms grow in moonlight. They don't grow in the daytime. You got them covered and in the dark regardless, but they grow in the hours of night. It's fucking crazy. Man. What do y'all feel? All right, so what do y'all feel about the moon and the sun? I'm curious. Like, do y'all believe that they're
I'm thinking about what you talk about right now with the mushrooms growing in the moon. I'm thinking about also how some mushrooms get you trippy, and
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm thinking about how does that relate to the moon? Like maybe the moon got some type of mysterious, maybe if you gaze into the moon, maybe you could get to that esoteric. Or
the
maybe
moon got to do with dreams, right?
Well, I'm thinking like but I'm saying like you saying that is it grows with the
putrid moonlight, the putrid hour, the hours of putrid, the hours of decay is when it grows.
So if you moon gaze, you think you could get the same effects? Hold on.
I told y'all I done tried it. It worked.
Yeah.
Look, all right. First off, mushrooms don't grow in light. They ain't ever really supposed to be around light like that. Like you're supposed to have them up under a bed, in a closet. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I took pictures every day in the daytime, and I took pictures in the middle of the night. And then I took pictures at a middle time when it's turning into nighttime and when it's turning into morning time. Like it works. And then when you think about all when we was young. I don't know where y'all from when they said this shit, but they used to say we gonna go to the little farm and pick mushrooms. You got to do it at night in the early morning time, right before the mushrooms jump back in the cow shit. So they come up overnight and go in the daytime to protect themselves. The largest organism ever found on Earth was a mycelium that was over 4 square miles. And mycelium is like it's like a spider web up under the ground of mushroom. That's where mushrooms come from. Instead of having roots, it's mycelium.
That's like the movies, right? Like how, like they be having like movies have like a conscious like masses of just like blob or whatever.
It's exactly what. Hey, y'all should look into this cat Paul Stamets. He's a mycologist. He talk about how he believes all life came from mushrooms.
Oh shit! Woo! Alice in the Wonderland, bro. That's big, man. Down the
This brother also did a test on radioactive waste. He found dirt where radioactive waste have been. Took a yard of this dirt and a cubic yard of good dirt. Put them beside each other, loaded them bitches with oyster mushroom mycelium. With the spores, I mean, not the mycelium. Spores is seeds for mushrooms. And loaded this bitch, inoculated the piss out this dirt, covered it up, came back 1 year later, and that dirt was no longer irradiated, and the mushrooms were edible and not irradiated.
What's his name, bro?
Paul Stamets. 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 I'm real big into the trippy side of world. I done fuck with almost all the natural hallucinogens. I don't fuck with acid. I don't fuck with none of that shit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm young. I'm cursing in front of them babies. Excuse me.
Now I got my headphones on. Don't trip.
Oh, okay. Shit, I was.
I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you this password right now, bro, so you can sign into this, so you can take over.
Oh, yes.
Hold up. I'm trying to get you on here right now. I got to put her to bed soon.
Yeah, fucking man, this is all I care about is the truth. And I like looking into everything, man. I go into the esoteric, the exoteric. I'm trying to see it all. I'm trying to learn how to be, like I said, I'm trying to depolarize myself. That's the biggest thing. Shit, I don't know if you guys ever heard of controlling your thoughts. Most of us don't even think about what I'm about to say. But like when something comes in, when somebody says something to you, whenever you're about to say something, whatever, think about it and say to yourself, I accept that thought, or I banish that thought if it's something shitty. You can change the way you think. I done went from being an evil motherfucker to I fixed it. I'm no longer that. I'm no longer got that craving inside me to bust somebody in their shit and take their money. I ain't no longer got it. I fixed it. I fixed what they put inside me. That little demon that they put in me growing up where I grew up. I've killed it. Of course, that's not true when I say a demon. I don't believe that's a real thing, but I looked at it as a real thing and kicked it out of my life. And part of controlling your thoughts puts you into depolarization. The field of depolarization, our brother was talking about sleeping on a grounded piece of metal. Shit, I was like, they got sheets for that. They got a sheet that you plug into your wall that grounds you. And we all should be sleeping on those. We all should be walking around for at least 2-3 hours a day with no shoes on. Wherever you live, find some dirt and stand in that shit. Every day. You should be staring at the sun, if possible, at sunrise or at sunset, at least 1 minute each day to begin. At the end of your life, you should be staring at it for an hour. Sunrise, sunset, and for 15 minutes at noon. Once you've been doing it for long enough, you can stare at the noon sun and not squint your eyes. All these things, as well as moon gazing. Shit, go out and look at the moon. Talk to the moon. Talk to the sun. Focus your intent. Everything that you want. All the time I'm sun gazing and moon gazing and grounding myself. I'm talking to what Madon calls the Most High, and I'm telling it, grant me the knowledge of heaven and earth and the tongue to speak it with. 1,000,000 times. I say this all day, every day. Every time I see something great, I'm grateful. And I say, please pass on more knowledge. Allow me eyes to see and ears to listen.
So I want to touch on like what you're talking about. I actually have put that into practice also. And it seems to me like you have too.
Definitely.
How I came to that was I watched Dr. Wayne Dyer. And
never heard of this. Who is this? Dr. Wayne?
Wayne Dyer.
Wayne Dyer.
D-Y-E-R.
Oh yeah, Dwyer. Yeah, I've heard that name actually. I've never looked into this Dwyer cat. Yeah.
Okay, so like basically he teaches you how to use your subconscious mind to alter your conscious awareness. So basically like the reason why people have concurring problems in their life, like they notice like the same things keep happening, patterns keep existing.
It's It's because we subconsciously draw it towards ourselves, right? Is that what you say?
Before we go to bed every night. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't realize that they're calling these problems back into existence into their life by telling their subconscious mind about it. Because most people, when they think about their problems, it's at night in bed. They don't realize when you're being recharged and you're being rebooted like a computer. So basically, your reality is based upon what you think about, because your subconscious mind creates your conscious reality. So you got to kind of trick your subconscious mind in order to recreate your your conscious reality.
Yeah.
So basically,
law of attraction, right?
Right, exactly. And I'm just basically trying to break down exactly how I did it, like from point to point, because it really helped, and I definitely will always, keep this near and dear to my heart as a testimony. But basically, I wanted a job that I can only be creative, that will actually allow me to be creative, actually, right? So after I learned about the how to manipulate your subconscious mind, I started meditating upon, right before I go to bed, about having a job to be creative. So I went to go job searching at this mall in California, and this was around the seasons, like holiday seasons when they hire. Tell me why the only place that was hiring, that place that I could find that would hire me, was picture people. And the requirements that you needed, right? You needed three things that made you. You needed three things that made you creative. That was a part of your interview.
Shit. Ain't that a motherfucker, huh? Same with where I'm at right now. I'm at a little gas station, right? You would be like, "Ooh, that's doo doo." Hell no. Minimum wage where I'm at. Minimum wage is $10 an hour. So I'm making $10.75 at this gas station, $11.75 if I work night shifts, and I do nothing. I wanted a job where I was no longer being bullshitted around and forced to be exerted, but still was able to be friendly with people. And that's exactly what the fuck I got.
So basically,
all I get to do is bullshit with people all day and fucking talk that truth. You better know all I do is tell people shit they don't want to hear all day.
Yeah. And you know what? So it gets deeper, right? So basically, I do the interview, and he's like, "All right, cool." Right? I bring my guitar, I bring a song and stuff.
Hell yeah.
So the dude tells me, "All right, well, we got some seasonal positions open. We're gonna call you back on Wednesday." All right. So Wednesday comes, dude doesn't call me back. Now, prior to that Wednesday, right? I was like, "Fuck that." He talk about seasonal work? Nah, this is gonna be permanent. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I was doing the same process right before I went to sleep. Would tell myself, "Okay, I got the job." Basically, you gotta put yourself. You gotta put yourself in the mindset of already having whatever it is you want and knowing what that feels like. And that's how you trick your subconscious mind into having the things you want, or going into the type of situations you want to get into. So
my
basically,
coworker, he's big on to the lottery. And I told him, if you want to win that big lottery, you need to fantasize that you've already won it and feel it in your guts that you've already won it. What you feel like when you have that money for 1 week, and then play that motherfucker still feeling that way, and you're gonna win it.
Well, yeah, they talk about the same thing in yoga. It's just it's like whatever you put out there is what you get back. So it's like if you're constantly thinking negative shit, You're always putting negative shit out there. The only thing that's gonna happen to you is negative things. But if you're always thinking positive stuff and always putting positive shit out there, like, then you're just gonna keep getting back positive things.
So yeah, man. So basically, so right after that, right, the dude didn't call me back on the Wednesday, right? Because I had been I had been like going hard, man. I just been like telling myself, yeah, I'm gonna sell a bunch of pictures. I'm gonna make families cry. I'm gonna be one of the best photographers there, right? Just doing the whole thing, feeling how that felt, everything, right? Wednesday comes, I don't get a call, I get pissed, all right? I'm like, oh, this stuff don't work, right? The next Wednesday comes, guess what happens, right? The dude tells me, hey, do you still want the job? And sorry it took so long. There was a glitch in the computer, and because I put you in the computer when I did as a new hiree, uh, it placed you in as a permanent employee. So we're just gonna give you the job permanently. Now, when the dude gave me the interview, he said that there was people before me that worked there from the season before that were pretty good and may have the job because there might be able to have a permanent position after the season was over, but you wouldn't know till after the season, based upon your obviously your performance that you do, right? This dude didn't know if I was gonna know. Like the most crazy. This is the craziest thing because now basically what I remember what I just told you. It's based upon your performance. Is how they judge on who they're gonna give the position to. The permanent position. There was only one permanent position. Okay. I got it by default because of a computer glitch. I didn't even know if I knew how to turn the camera on. Okay. And I got the position permanently over the people who was already doing it the season before me. That's the power of the mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you can just like walk into that, you can use it for good. But I wouldn't advise it because it takes away the spontaneous excitement about life. Because I had myself into some jams, man, where I had to really sit there and meditate my way out. I was in jail. They told me I was supposed to be in jail. I was looking right at the screen. I seen the date. It said 3/14/2016. Okay, I was in there from December. I wasn't supposed to get out until March. All right. I meditated, bro. I was out there in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is serious, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got to understand that we are more than what we are told. We are very, very special, and it doesn't take much. Like, at the time, my pineal gland, it wasn't, in the most pristine condition. I applied the information as soon as I learned about it. So, I mean, it goes back to what Shaq be talking about with like, when he's like, oh, does the physical even matter? Because people say that you need to clean. And I think that cleaning and having a good diet with your body, right? It gets you to be one with yourself. But I think being one with yourself has everything to do with the mind, not the body.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
the mind and the body are both work in conjunction. So you can't there are pleasures.
Well,
Shaq,
let me
just finish. Let me just finish, Shaq. There are pleasures of the body, and we all know that. But the pleasure of the mind is being able to get what you want through the meditation. Now, like I said, I don't do this all the time. I don't try to get what I want all the time because I won't be able to experience the pleasure of the the randomness of life. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you try to control it all the time, like life kind of like gets boring and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, all right, well, what's next? So you kind of gotta like you kind of got to give yourself a little bit of leeway, you know, and like kind of be your own parent in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And really
It's
like
like
try to have fun. But go ahead, Shaq. Go ahead.
yeah, it's like it's just like just look at it like this. It's like you create your own reality. So it's like all that shit that's happened, like just me, this is just my belief too. It's like all that shit that happened, it's like I believe we choose everything that's going to happen before we're even born in the first place. And so it's like so with the whole eating healthy and shit like that, like yeah, it's good if you don't really know how to control your mind, but one of the things about controlling your mind, like if you really realize like that you control your own reality, of like if your mind is pure, that's going to translate into the physical, and that's going to keep your body pure as well, you know?
Right. See, but the thing is, like, I had already been, like, I, like, when I did that, right? My mind was already kind of like, I was already doing like the binary beats and deep space meditation stuff, right? But I wasn't like eating right. I wasn't doing the whole bit. So, like, I was talking about David Wilcock earlier about how he was a psychic and he had all these powers and you know he seemed like he didn't have like a good diet at all either, so it was kind of hard to believe that he has done that stuff. But it's like he's got like different aspects to him, like, you know, like he's super famous, you know, hasn't been killed yet, you know, has been on History Channel and stuff like that, George Norrie bunch of times. And so you just gotta wonder, you know, like what's real and what's fake. But
Well, it's just
it's hard because like I said, like I wasn't doing the whole bit, and I was still able to get what I wanted just from
yeah,
meditation.
that's
Just
the thing, like our abilities don't lie within our body. Our abilities lie within our conscious,
mm.
not the body.
I like it.
But hey, I'll talk to y'all later. I have to go to the yoga studio right now.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, cool. If y'all are still on, then I'll be back. But if not, the
I
next
mean,
time.
we've been streaming for a while, since like 7, I think. I mean, I don't know how long. How long?
Damn, you in the future. It ain't number 6 here. I'm just playing.
Oh yeah. I'm in the East Coast. I'm in
Yeah, it's
Massachusetts.
over here.
Hey, yo, actually, um, Josh. Yo, Josh,
Yep.
did you get that message, bro?
Probably.
Huh?
I said probably. Let me look and see. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, I did.
All right. I don't know if y'all wanna stay on this, but I gotta put my little girls to bed. But that's the password, man. And the thing, let me know if it's gonna try to sign into the Google account right now if you can.
All right, let's see.
And if not,
You
I'm
ain't
gonna
never
try.
sent me the password.
Oh, I think I gave it to you. You was one of the people that when we first did it. I gave it out. I gave it out. I thought you wrote it down, but I'll send it to you individually, Justin. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin. This is you you was there when we made it. You know.
Oh. I don't even know, man. I ain't even got down.
Smile.
Hold on, dude.
Supposed to have a password. I ain't know nothing about no password or nothing like that.
Yeah. There you go, Justin Roper. Okay. So I'm sending it to you right now.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? I get with you, man.
Huh?
So I get with you, so everybody logged off, ain't it?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to see. Yeah, everyone's gonna slide off. I'm just trying to see if this works real quick.
Okay.
20, 19. And that's the Gmail account right there. Right? And that's the
Okay.
password. What I just gave you to, right underneath that, that's the password. So whenever you want to go live, you could just, you know,
Okay, just get
go
okay.
live. Yeah. Cause this the build, man. This is for everybody. You know, this belongs to us, you know.
Mm-hmm. Know what it is.
If it worked
Get with y'all
Josh, huh?
After tell
so I guess I get with y'all tomorrow, then.
All right, family.
All right.
100.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for the build today. That was pretty cool. For those who's gonna be watching this video in the future, we're gonna be building every day. Try to stream every day. So yeah, man, we're doing this for y'all. This is no donations needed. No judgment applied. If you would like to join the panel and build with us, feel free. Hit us up at the build 1111 at Gmail. All right. Everyone, peace, love, and light. And we out.